Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEWN. Tune in to The Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
What's up, everybody? AEW Dynamite. Cody Rhodes nearly killed himself tonight. Andre Bishop, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's going on, chat? When I was horny to jam it up my ass, I'm gonna dive off a motherfucking cage and almost die. I'm gonna cut myself so I bleed. I must be high. What's going on, everybody? AEW Dynamite tonight. We expected tonight to be one of the best episodes of AEW ever. Did it deliver? Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to find out if it delivered, if it under-delivered, if it failed to deliver at all, if it almost delivered. We're going to talk about it. What did you think? What did we think? We're going to take calls later on. 339-226-6610. Later on, write down the number. 339-226-6610. We'll talk about that later. We'll take calls later, not right now, so just don't bother calling right now. We're going to get to it. Tony Schiavone, a little bit awkward on the interview stuff, a little bit, which is weird because he's been kind of like the solid rock throughout most of these shows, but a little bit weird. Nyla Rose or whatever. But who wouldn't be weird if they were interviewing a giant beast woman man thing with a giant woman with the voice of a man? I mean, who wouldn't be a little bit intimidated by, interviewing a very large woman that sounds like a guy? I mean, who wouldn't be, intimidated by that, I guess. Hello, Jake. How are you, sir?
I feel like tonight certainly lived up to expectations. We were looking forward to this show, and heading into it, it was stacked on paper. The card was seemingly very impressive, and I feel like they delivered. They went ahead and nothing was unexpected. It was pretty much by the numbers, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, it was predictable, but it was still very good.
It was a good show. I don't think it was. I think I was hoping it was going to be even more epic than this, but it was. I was
hoping
good.
for a bit more, but I'm not disappointed either.
Yeah, it was still really good. It was good. Didn't we say last week was good? Wasn't it? Well, weren't we excited about last week?
Yeah, last week was one of the highest rated fan votes, the highest rated AEW Dynamite episode. So,
well, if last week was the highest rated, do you think that this week beat it?
I think this week topped it by a little bit.
I think this week topped it as far as like the moments of this week's show were better than the best moments of last week's, but the overall show last week was better. Like, if that makes any sense, like the complete show. But I really liked it. I think we're really comparing kind of like, this, like, I mean, I don't remember what I gave last week. Does anybody remember? I don't know. If anybody remembers.
I was hoping to be surprised in some of like the outcomes and have it not be so predictable. That was kind of the thing I was leaning for tonight. I mean, we knew what they were building for the
right.
The tag team battle. We were going to see the Young Bucks take on, Paige and Omega at some point in time soon. So they're going to do that at Revolution. But it was good because it allowed the Young Bucks to become, revitalized and they really went ahead and helped build them back up. I mean, they reestablished them in one battle royal, so it worked well.
Yeah, it was. I think I gave last week a 7.5. I almost want to give this week the same thing. I'll probably give this a little bit higher because Cody dove off a cage. We have to really go through everything.
I mean, the matches were pretty much great through and through. I wish we weren't, having such predictable outcomes And it's not the wrong choice, but it is surprising to see two massive stars debut in the ring and lose in their debut. I'm not saying it's the wrong decision, but it's something worth discussing.
Right.
I mean, Wardlow finally gets to wrestle, and Cody topples him. Now they have to keep Cody going strong going forward for the feud against MJF. I get that, but it was kind of I don't think it's a hindrance towards Wardlow's career. This isn't going to be a black stain because he did bloody Cody, and there was a lot of chaos that caused distraction as well. So it's a loss, but kind of a little bit of asterisk next to it. I was surprised that Cobb lost in the way he did.
I mean, he looked like a fucking jabroni to me. I'm sorry. Like, people said he was awesome or something.
Well, the way that he was built up as this killer, essentially, and again, I feel like that kind of fell flat for expectations.
I feel like people lied to me. Like, they were like, "Oh, he's so great," and I'm like,
I've
"Dude,
watched
he looks
him before,
like Rhino."
Like I said, and he was always very entertaining. But
he looked like mini Rhino to me. Like, I mean, I'm sorry.
These are guys that they're building as big, massive stars, though. I mean, these are essentially their next big interest in the company.
I don't think so. I think Cobb is a rental.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, the way they touted him and brought him in, it was supposed to be this triumphant.
Well, that was to plug the match tonight. That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything else. It was just to build, like, wow, who is he? What's it going to be? Oh, okay. It was just a...
Because if not, that's concerning because their roster is running thin as is. So if they don't start advancing more stars and building people up.
Well, Jeff Cobb is not a star, so...
He could be, though. I mean,
no.
From where everything I've seen him in so far, he was pretty damn good.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking crazy.
Tonight is not a testament to his skill, though, unfortunately.
I don't care what he does. He doesn't look like a star. Like, I don't care what he does. I don't care if he fucking does a space moon fucking off the goddamn steel cage or, you know what I mean, does a drop kick from the inside to the outside. I don't care what he does. He just doesn't look like a star. He looks like a powerful indie wrestler, low tier guy with a fucking mangled face. I mean,
think about it going forward. If they do lose Jericho, or if he does drop the title and isn't, staying around for a while, that's going to be a huge, huge loss, big hindrance, and they're going to need more than just Cody to, fill that spot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Let's start at the beginning because I'm all fucked up. Let's get to the beginning here. I got to figure this out. Tag Team Battle Royal starts off the night. First thing I thought was, it's kind of funny that I think this is like partially their way of getting out of having to worry about the scoring system, like who's next up for tag team. You know what I mean? This was their way maybe of forget the records, because people all start pointing to, this team has the most wins and losses and they should be next. But instead it's like, it doesn't matter, because they even made reference to it. They were like, well, records kind of go out the window here. Anybody could win. There could be a team here that's never had a match before that wins this thing tonight. And so they really set that up to be that way. And although it was the Young Bucks that won.
Yeah.
So this was like their kind of... Do you see what they were doing? You know what I mean? Like, Young Bucks getting a shot doesn't make sense, right? Because the Young Bucks have like a middle-of-the-road record.
Yeah. But it gives them a chance to get that in.
So now they have a chance to go there because they had this weird Battle Royal match, which is like, hey, anybody gets a shot at the belt if you win the Battle Royal. Well, what the hell is the point in all the scoring then in the fucking records?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, the glory of having these type of battle royals. It gives the any man a chance.
Yeah.
Everybody's back to being equal.
Which I am okay with. I like the idea of not every time it has to be... If it's every time it's the top team or the team with the best record, they get a shot every time. That's annoying. That sucks. Like, that's boring.
It becomes redundant and
right.
Loses a bit of that that flair. Granted, my only hope is that going into Revolution, I'm not. It seems like it's all but written in the stars at this point that we're going to see Paige obviously heel turn. Him and Omega will split.
Yeah.
And the Young Bucks will get the titles. I mean, eventually that's coming. It's kind of been the long-running story here.
I got to shout out the fact that 666 people are watching right now.
Hell yeah. Everybody hit that like button.
You know what that means? The devil. 666.
The devil himself. But do you think it's too soon, maybe, to break them up? Because I've enjoyed. I didn't think I would, but Omega and Page together has worked well. The dynamic between the two. The problem is that there's not.
Problem is
credible
I'm
tag
starting
teams
to
for them to go up against. I mean, it would take a bit for them to if they're not going to face the same people over and over, they're going to have to keep building new teams for them to destroy. So that's an issue too if they don't advance the story. But I'm almost a bit indecisive, but I feel like it's a bit soon as far as 2 weeks at Revolution to see them break up if that's tentatively where they're going with it.
Yeah, let me address Patrick Carnes' comment. This is a very interesting comment. I want to talk about it. I don't know what I'm trying to figure out. He's upset at me. But let me just I'm only addressing it because it's interesting. I want to figure out what he's saying here. Remember, Joe can say that Cobb can't be a star, but Jake can have a different opinion. We're always bitching talented individuals don't get pushed. Joe just basically said he don't care about talent. No, I just said I don't care about Cobb. That's all I said.
You said you didn't view him as a star. I mean, I've seen him. I don't watch a shit ton of New Japan faithfully, but the few matches I've seen him there, he definitely seemed like he has a bit of that it factor.
Yeah.
I've watched him in Ring of Honor.
There's something to him.
He's been in PWG. I mean, back when he was in Lucha, Mantas, I forget his name there. I'm terrible with names, but Mantazol, something like that. He was really impressive there as well. I think he has the qualities needed to be a top mid card or good interim champion, and that's certainly something that's needed right now in AEW.
Yeah, maybe.
But when he was the monster, he certainly carried that moniker well.
Yeah, man, he might be good. I mean, I'm just going off what I saw tonight. What I saw tonight was
I feel like tonight does not properly represent his abilities, skill set, or his overall rating.
Right.
Justly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm just going on what I saw. He looked like a mangled-faced midget to me. I thought that their match, though, was pretty good, especially the second half. I thought the first half, I was, not impressed by anything. I was like, all right, whatever. Moxley, doesn't always have the best matches. He just kind of, gets intense and does crazy things and whatever. And I never understand how Bret Hart is, one of his top fucking idoled wrestlers because he wrestles kind of like a brawler. So it's always weird that Moxley's like, oh, I love Bret Hart. And it's like, do you do? You kind of wrestle like a brawler. It's just weird. But anyway, he likes, I thought Moxley and Cobb, I thought they began to really pick up, not intensity. It was just that they started connecting and the match started getting better. I actually liked it kind of. I forget what happened at the end, though. Something I didn't like at the end. It was there interference or something? I don't even remember.
Well, I mean, no. Towards the end, it was just a very quick, surprise pin attempt off of the superplex.
Oh, right. It was like a roll-up or something, right? Or
yeah, he rolled him up, and then that's when the inner circle, swarmed.
You're right. Yeah, it was a roll-up really quick, and then all of a sudden the inner circle was like, all right, let's get him. His job was to stay in there as long as he could to wear out John Moxley. Let me go to the donations really quickly. We got donations popping in. And thank you guys for the donations, by the way. We got 669 watching right now. And you guys fund the show, and I want to hear what you guys are saying with those donations. And by the way, if you're watching right now, if you guys want to donate tonight is the night. If this is your first time ever, give it a try. See if you like it. You don't have to. You don't have to do shit. But if you can, drop it. Let us know what you think in a donation, whether it's a super chat or using Streamlabs in the description box down below. Streamlabs, Twitch alerts, and then all the donations are listed way at the bottom, and all the brand new $25 producers are updated. So those are down below. You'll see your name there if you're a $25 producer on Patreon. So feel free to drop us some love tonight. We'd love to hear from you guys via donations, obviously. And we will get to it. Speaking of that, top donation so far today, I'm sticking with 718 Projects 1050 from earlier and my stream over on Corrupted Nation. But let's hit it up here. We'll get back to this in a second.
Super chat.
The first hour blue, the second hour killed.
Yeah, first hour blue, the second hour killed. I mean the Rumble was entertaining a little bit, but not. It was just kind of dumb. Like, it was just all right. It was an all right little tag team rumble, whatever. And then the women were just. We'll get to the women in a minute. Let's get some more donations.
Give me a hell yeah!
Women were a mess.
I was there live. I saved that woman life when Mox went over the rail.
Nice. I thought I saw you, Freddie Mitchell. I'm not sure if I did see you, but I swear to God I saw you. And I know you were sitting like really close. I saw your pictures on Twitter. 27 Freddie Mitchell, baby. Our buddy was there. He was there. Loving it, man. A lot of friends of ours were there.
I saw him when Moxley went over the barricade.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so you did see him. I know I thought I saw him because I know what that fucker looks like. I'm like, man, fucking Freddie Mitchell, dude. There he is. Some other people noticed you too, I think, because people were tweeting me about it. So we saw you, bro. Yeah. Fucking awesome. Oh, shit.
What if the turkeys ate us?
Cody Rhodes is busted open.
What if they filleted us? What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, the Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart, but first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butt. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts?
What's that, Drew?
What if the turkeys ate us? Instead
this smells like my vagina.
Instead the turkeys ate us.
Yeah, the Soundwave 92.
The ending tonight was perfect. Last week was a better show, but the big moments felt more impactful here.
Exactly.
I fucking loved Cody's 20-foot drop, but Wardlow and Jeff Cobb mini Rhino losing still stings for me. Was a good show out of 10 for me.
Hell yeah, baby. The Soundwave 92 with the $29, the $29 donation, the turkey donation. By the way, I still have Turkey Club t-shirts available on Teesprings. I'm plugging the shit out of everything tonight. Yeah, JR sounded like you wanted to eat someone's head. Timmy Long. The Soundwave 92, man. Thank you, bro. Soundwave 92 is going to be possibly taking home that digital Skull Championship tonight. Yeah, so before I get to ratings, let's continue going through this show here. So Tag Team Battle Royal, what do you think about Tag Team?
There was a pretty innate problem with this, is that they had everyone around ringside, right, but not all the teams entered at the same point, and then they staggered some other teams while the match was going on to enter. So just like they have a problem acknowledging like who's actually the legal man in, it was a bit awkward because certain teams were entering randomly later than when the rest of the teams had started, as if they got the memo late. You know, they're like, oh shit, we have a match to be in. So it was a bit of chaos going on, and I don't think that was purely intentional. You know, sometimes people have the idea, oh, I'll stay on the outside and manage it that way, but I don't think that was their full plan here. I just think that it was a new idea and they weren't quite sure how to execute it. So
I thought, I kept thinking like, oh, aren't they starting all in the ring together? What the frig is going on here?
Yeah, so that was a bit awkward. Most of this was just a typical Battle Royal clusterfuck into the last 2 minutes. When we got to the end, you know, Santana Ortiz with the Young Bucks, that's when we got the story section of the match that actually gave it, you know, made you give a damn. And they did a really good job, you know, trying to throw Matt out repeatedly, and you know they went ahead and Matt recovers. He gets a big super kick rush, gets Ortiz out of there, and then Guevara tries to jump from the top rope to get involved, and got his head kicked straight the frick off.
Oh my god,
that was great.
He got destroyed, dude. It looked like he got his
sold
face.
Matt one of the best sells I've seen of a super kick like that in a long time.
Dude, I don't even know. Like, it's so fucked up that I thought he could have maybe really gotten hit a bit. Like, it was so fucking horrific.
Like you said, not sure if he sold or if he legitimately ate all of that, but Guevara's great.
Unbelievable shot.
Then from there, we get a huge clothesline at Santana. The Young Bucks win. So, it like I said, it re-legitimizes the Young Bucks. Their ratings don't matter here. They get to go ahead and face the tag champs. And, this is nothing that you're going to recall, and it's nothing that outstanding except for the victory. So all the little feuds that they tried to start in the middle, we'll see some of the matches next week and things like that. I think those are probably going to be flops, unfortunately. It's just busy work for the tag division. It went on a bit long for me, but I appreciate what we got in the end. And I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. The ending had enough good storytelling and surprising moments that it paid off.
Yeah, so that the tag team thing, you give a 7 out of 10?
Yeah, because you haven't seen the Young Bucks get any large victories so far. So for them to have something, of this magnitude, making them the number one contenders, it felt worthwhile because they've consistently, not been able to be victorious and kind of stay away from, their chances. It seems like, now they get that payoff. So it felt worthwhile.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I didn't mind it either. I thought it was good. I thought it was an all right thing. The second half of it was definitely better. It was just...
Yeah, pretty much when they got to the end, once the Butcher was eliminated, that's when it really, you got the two teams left. I feel like that's when we actually got what was worthwhile for this. The rest of it, there's a lot of missed spots. The Orange Cassidy part was I felt like a waste. They know what to do with him at this point, but it just kind of feels a little ridiculous at times. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. How was it any different than the fucking WWE shit, the Otis shit, and all the other stuff that everybody liked?
It depends on how it's being presented.
How was it presented differently?
With this, it's just getting tedious seeing him get his ass kicked week in and week out.
Oh, okay, so that's the part that we didn't like.
I mean, Orange Cassidy...
I mean, of course he's going to get his ass kicked. He puts his fucking hands in his pockets.
But that's what I'm saying. Why would you allow yourself to get kicked in the balls?
Why would they hire him for it? He's an idiot.
This many times out.
This company's retarded. They hired an idiot.
But when he was doing the hands in the pocket stuff at the Indies... He was still going. He was wrestling. He was beating people with that tactic. His aloof.
But not really.
He was winning matches consistently.
That was retarded though, because it's not believable.
I'm not saying it wasn't retarded, but at least then he was his in my mind his objective was like, I'm better than you without even having to try.
I don't know.
He was able to get over on
it doesn't
wrestlers.
matter. It's retarded either way. This is better.
He kept his hands in his pockets. He dove off the top rope. He outmaneuvered people. And, when he had straight up fights, he was able to go ahead and actually...
When he actually took his hands out of his pockets, then was okay.
Even then when he didn't, though, he was still winning matches just by...
But that's retarded.
Diving, kicking. I'm not saying
dumb.
It's not retarded,
but it was dumb. He
used his agility to his advantage. By people swinging and he trying to punch him, he would dive and reverse. And it
looked dumb, and it wasn't believable, and it was a mockery of the business. It looked stupid. And so now, I'm never going to agree with you on that. This guy's a retard. And now when he's in AEW, hey, what happens if you leave your hand in your pockets? You get the shit beat out of you.
Yeah,
so I actually like it.
But why would you, at least then before, I'm not saying I'm a fan of it, but I'm saying at least before he was winning with this tactic, why would you be willing to get yourself kicked in the balls and taken out week after week if there's no gain for yourself? It just looks even worse.
The gain is it's hilarious. Like he gets I guess that's the gimmick. He gets his ass kicked. He's stupid. He's like, I put my hand in my pockets. Sometimes I look cool when I do it, but then sometimes I get the shit beat out of me. I mean, I get it. It's kind of old. I mean, what is the guy gonna do though? He puts his fucking hands in his pockets.
Yeah, I guess just to me before he was winning.
Listen, you faggot in the chat, dude. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, dude. I'm not hating. I literally said I liked tonight. Listen, use your fucking faggoty ears. Use your dumb fucking faggoty ears and listen to what I'm saying. I like tonight, you dumb fuck. I might have liked tonight better than last week. I'm talking about Orange Cassidy right now, you cunt fucking faggot. Suck my dick. I don't got to do a fucking review. You can sit here and look at a fucking blank screen, you cracker-ass faggot. I'm going to have a sip of Pepsi. Oh, fuck your mother, you fucking cocksucker. I said AEW was good. Did you hear that earlier? You fucking faggot. You're listening to Cody Rhodes' theme over and over again, you Nazi faggot. There you go. Listen to that. You like that? Adrenaline. Dusty Rhodes is dead for good. Faggot, faggot. That I'm a retard. I beat a guy and I am not a girl. I'm Nyla fucking Rose. I beat a girl and I'm a guy. Now that's progressive. I won that thing down. I beat a girl and I'm a guy. I beat a girl and I'm a guy. And that's progressive. Testosterone in my bones. I had the doctor take it out and shove it in and amp it up real good. Estrogen is way to go. Now I can wrestle the girls on a show. I beat them all and I can be a girl. And my parents said when I was younger dream into anything. I beaten all the girls, I beat up all the girls. I was a guy, and now I beat them till they fucking cry and die. I'm Nyla Rose, now you feel my pain. I got the estrogen inside me. I beat the shit out of the girls. I am progressive. We paying attention now? We paying attention now? I want you to listen to the words that come out of my mouth when I tell you that I like the show, you stupid cocksucker. All right? That's what I want you to do, you cum sucker. I want you to listen to the words that come out of my mouth when I tell you that this shit was goddamn good tonight. It was good tonight. Listen to me, little fairy pants. It was good tonight. There you go. There you go. Anyway. Yikes. I'm gonna be all right now. By the way, are we not noticing that Matt Hardy is wearing the Stronger Than Death t-shirts and the Unkillable t-shirts, which is basically what he did the last time he almost went broken? Jake, have you noticed this?
Yeah. Even his, his whole Twitter is just hinting, he basically made reference earlier that everything that he's put out so far has been both real and based in fantasy. So his whole Free the Delete series is intertwined in reality and fantasy and told simultaneously. He says if you watch it with this knowledge, from start to finish, you'll understand better. And then he also said, basically hinting towards AEW. It was earlier last night. He's like against every something, against every warning with AEW capitalized. So
So, Orange Cassidy, I'm sorry I hate your boyfriend, all you fucking idiots in the chat. The guy that basically puts his hands in his pockets, and you want him to be a star. But go fuck yourselves. The other thing about that is, let me jump over. Shit, I wanted to fucking transition into something. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. So that the whole fucking transgender song that I just did is kind of an homage to Val Venis, who is now banned for life or something from AEW, as if Val Venis was ever going to be in AEW. Like, fucking, like, do anybody actually think Val Venis would show up in AEW? I mean, so, oh no, he's banned for life from AEW. So what, he said some fucked up shit about Nyla or something like that? He said, like, this man, like, something about called her a man or something? I don't remember.
He went off on her last week after she won the title.
Do you remember what he said?
No, I can pull it up.
I can't remember either what he said now. He said something like, oh, you got a man as your champion or something like that. And it was like, I don't know, it was weird. I think the problem is some people think that, like, Nyla's a character or whatever, and it's like, that's really Nyla. You know what I mean? Like, that's really that person. Like, some people think it's a character. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people think, like, Sonny Kiss, like, said this in an interview once. It's like some people think Nyla Rose is a character because she's a woman's wrestler and she's transgender. And so, like, when somebody's like, oh, you fucking whatever the fuck, like, that person really fucking feels that. So it's like they're really hearing that. It's not like a criticism of their wrestling character. You know, like, oh, Nyla Rose sucks. I don't like her. Like, in the ring. I don't like her wrestling. I don't like whatever. Something, I don't like her. But, like,
Val Venis said his new catchphrase is hello, biological ladies, instead of hello, ladies.
But that's all he said?
No, that was the start of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. That's funny.
He said the Big Valboski is far more tolerant of the trans community. I'd make a man out of Nyla Rose in short order. Real men, capitalized, sit back in awe and appreciate a man's work rate. Soy boys trigger meltdown, call them names, and make insane claims.
Is he making a song? He
basically went on and he was very outspoken about Nyla originally. I'm trying to find he said the Big Valboski is all pro women, and I expect to see real women wrestling. The soy boys, social justice warriors, and anti-women morons who have taken over writers' duties in pro wrestling have forced the Big Valboski to adjust his catchphrase to better reflect reality. Basically, his point was that he feels like there's women that are not getting a chance while Nyla Rose does, and it's unfair.
I can understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? Because it's weird. Like, I think what's happening is, does anybody here think that transgender women should be beating women in, like, sports? Like, I'm curious about this. Like, do you think that a, like, crazy, like, like a dude who becomes a woman, who looks ripped as shit, becomes a woman and then wrestles in, like, amateur wrestling and plays basketball and boxes and MMA, do you guys think that transgender women should be able to compete against women who are
That's
born
what
women?
Val was going on. He said, Nyla Rose should be booked as a heel and not a tool for social justice. They're pushing their insane narrative that it's okay to have a real biological man beat up and win a women's title from a real biological woman.
Right. So
portray cheating as moral, ethical, and history making is wrong on so many levels. And this is something Cornette said as well. And I can see the foundation of why this is, basically a powerful truth on both sides, whether you're for it or against it. But you figure AEW has touted the fact that Nyla's transgender everywhere they can, on Twitter, in interviews, in social media, except for their programming. They haven't said it live. That's the one place on TV that they've never brought it up or mentioned it. And you figure that's the one place where, most of their audience that isn't online constantly, reading the dirt sheets and following their every move and whereabout, that's where they would get the most, either heat or acceptance from. So the thing is, Cornette was saying how Nyla should be booked as a heel and basically make it sound like, she is cheating because she has an advantage.
Right.
And there's nothing they can do about it. And then they finally build up someone, whether it be, someone with a shoot MMA background or whatnot, that says, I don't care if you're a man, I'll take you down. and that person becomes, the hero they need, essentially.
Yeah, I see. My thing is, I don't want to take away, people that are transgender that want to become a woman or a man or whatever. I don't want to take away what you want to do. I think if you are a woman, you feel like you're a woman, that might be the case, and that's okay.
You can identify as a toaster,
but no, it's just, that we would call that crazy though, technically, which is the argument.
That's where we're at nowadays.
That's the argument. Is it people would call, if you identified as a toaster, you'd be called crazy, but if you identify as a woman, you're not called crazy.
There's a huge subsect of people that identify as nothing. They have no gender. That's where they're going with this.
The point is, if you're happy, if that's what you feel and that's what you want to be, I don't want to call you something that's going to make you not happy. So
there's a biological issue here even the state of Connecticut just blocked the two.
It's not fair.
Trans women from competing in track and field events because the two men couldn't they couldn't place in proper finish times to win anything in their division. But they saw that their times in the men's division was still faster than the women's.
Right.
So then they went ahead and said that, we're transitioning, so they can compete in the female aspect of the sport, and then they were cleaning up and getting all sorts of awards and victories.
And by the way, we have transgender people in this community, so I just want to let them know, we love you. Don't ever feel like people are attacking what you want to be and what you are and what you do. But the point is, I just don't believe it's fair. I think there should be a transgender category. But also, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because it doesn't matter as much in wrestling. I don't care. It's wrestling, so it's different. Like Nyla Rose being champion as a woman, that doesn't, it's not really a man beating up woman if that's how you feel. I'm not saying I feel like that, but if you're out there and you're crazy bigot and you're it's a fucking guy beating up a woman, well, it's wrestling, so it doesn't matter. But what's happening is I'm talking about what I'm seeing. People's actual anger over transgender women beating up regular or women that were born women, physically born women, versus transgender women who have converted or transitioned or whatever. There's anger about that, not because people are scared of transgender women, but because people are angry that they feel like these women, the women who are born women physically and mentally, are seen as underdogs now, or are seen as victims by and it's no fault of the transgender woman, trying to do what she thinks she's doing, but it just doesn't look right. It's sort of turning transgender women into heels, not because people don't accept transgender, but because people just see that as a disadvantage or like a bully.
Or an advantage, yeah.
Rather an advantage, right? That's turning it into a disadvantage for other women. So it's just, you can't help it. This is just a fact of what people are seeing. And so the fact that people are that angry about that, it's transitioning and translating into AEW and Nyla Rose, which I believe they're aware of, which, like you just said, what Cornette said and what I said too, and what I think we've said it.
Yeah.
Fuck, make her a heel because people hate her. Now
they're trying to make her a heel, but just not in the vein of what we suggested.
But did you hear when she spoke tonight?
Her on the mic is terrible.
Oh my God. No, I mean, I thought she was mediocre, but it was is better than. She kind of reminded me of.
I thought that was horrendous tonight. That was painful.
Well, she sounded horrendous. She sounded like a guy.
Even if they had her voice pitched up and it sounded higher, and more feminine. Still, just the way it was portrayed, and it was awful.
Right.
I thought that whole thing was just a disaster, and everyone coming out after the fact, and especially after that women's match, that was a far cry from what we had last week. And I praised last week. I said that if they handle this properly, Nyla could be a decent heel champion. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that's what we're going to get here. And on top of it, she would definitely benefit from a manager. And Brandy could be that person. But unfortunately, they ruined Brandy's chances at being a manager with the whole, goth faction that they had previously. So you can't go backwards. And unfortunately, I don't see her getting anyone as a manager. Shana, however you want to say her name, and Chris Statlander, that wasn't a good match. But even
that
if the
fucking alien ET shit is retarded too. By the way,
it is ridiculous.
What the
here's
fuck
the thing.
are they doing?
they shouldn't be shitting on it on commentary. It's different when they say, like, oh, that dastardly son of a bitch, cheats all the time to win, like, as a heel. But she's supposed to be the face here that they're pushing. and you've got everybody on commentary just shitting all over it. They're openly mocking her gimmick all the way through and just making fun of it. And so this is who you're pushing, with the boop on the nose, and the referee, she goes over and boops him before the thing, the match starts. And it's like, what?
Dude, I was dying. They're retarded. The women's
when she goes to the title,
sucks.
she boops the title. And Nyla said something like, "Don't boop me," and that's what you're going with.
It was just E.T. phone home.
Exactly, and I don't know what the hell they're trying to get at, but why would you? I mean, could you imagine them shitting all over anybody else? Cody's out there, or Darby Allin. Oh, you skateboarding faggot. That's essentially what they were doing to Statlander.
Mm-hmm.
If they had Darby Allin out there, what kind of a queer wears face paint? What an asshole, God, it's time you grew up and got out of your mom's basement. You look like a goth, That's what they were doing to her tonight.
Yeah, why were they shitting on the fucking
why
face?
Trash? If it's your heel and you're a heel, commentator, it's one thing, but that wasn't at all what they were going for.
I just called a match earlier today, and it was for a guy who called himself like the Man of Steel.
Yeah,
and he just did some sort of cringy stuff, but I never ever said, well, I don't know, this guy called himself.
Yeah, you don't acknowledge the negative.
Yeah,
you try and put them over. That's your job on commentary. As ridiculous as it may seem, you try and make it seem anything but subpar. You want to make it interesting, and if they're struggling, you're supposed to put them over even more to make things legitimately seem interesting. That's why commentary is so important.
She already looks dumb. Like, she already looks ridiculous. Dude, the women... AEW, you listening right now? Your women's division is fucking retarded.
It's Fruit Loops at this point. This shit's bananas.
This shit is out of control. Is this real? Like, how does it get worse? After what we saw at NXT TakeOver with Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai, after they went out there, and I mean, I won't stop talking about this fucking match.
Killed each other. Yeah.
And most people liked the other matches better. Some people, this was like their least favorite. This was like my favorite match. It was like these women actually wrestled. There was one or two little spots in this women's match tonight that I liked from Statlander or whatever. One was a knee in the stomach, and she went flying over the knee. It looked awesome. But there was like botches. There was one of those drop down Pele kicks, and she completely missed, and then the girl like delayed sold it, and it looked stupid. And I go, right there, they're fucking every second. They're botching all over the place. They're trying to do too much and not making it look good at all. It looks like, why am I watching this? It looks like I'm watching like Booker T's Reality of Wrestling training is better than this.
There was one point where, you see them try and work into the finish, and Shauna goes for that double underhook lift, and then she's supposed to stuff it, but it just looked like she fell. And then from there, you get a quick near fall from a DDT. And then everything on the ropes seemed awkward. And, okay, you hit the Big Bang Theory at the end, so Statlander gets the win. But I don't know. It was odd. It was very awkward. Britt Baker on commentary was okay. But, again, it was the same from her saying, Tony, fix your teeth. That was about it. And they just made fun of the alien the entire time. I can understand if Baker was the only one doing it, but hearing everybody else jump in or at least start it, it was just very awkward.
Well,
so I mean, a sloppy match, a lot of issues, and then everything with Shivani at the end, introducing Nyla Rose, and now she's got pyro for her entrance. So
you
they're
want
really
a
trying
piece
to
of
make
me?
her legitimate.
You want a piece of Nyla?
Most of what she said too is just, she's like, "Oh, what making me wait makes me hungry, and when I'm hungry, I break bitches."
Dude, I don't think there was anything wrong with her promo, like specifically, like what I'm
You don't
trying.
think there's anything wrong? What the fuck does that mean?
All right, what
making me wait makes me hungry, and that makes me, when I'm angry, I break bitches. So
like,
you're hungry, you break bitches.
Yeah,
it was. I understand what she's trying to say, but
that
came out so just jumbled and fucked up. It sounded worse than something my dumbass would say. I mean, come on.
I think what I mean is like
you're getting paid to spew bullshit.
What she sort of her delivery was great, is what I'm saying. Like her delivery was good. Like how she delivered it was great. What she said was dumb, but how she delivered it. She delivered the lines with great confidence. Like, here's what I'm going to do.
Being hangry and how many times did she say the word bees?
Yeah, and then she said, like,
she's
bees.
the queen bee, and the bees are buzzing, and there's bees all around, and I'm going to be the bee, and fucking, my God.
Let me listen to this voice.
It sounded like she didn't know what else to say, and she heard the crowd revolting against it, so she's like, oh, I'm going to swear then. I break bitches.
When I get hungry, I break bitches. Like her fucking female voice left the planet. Like it was like
that was
when I get hungry, I break bitches. I was like, Jesus.
On all these graphics and posters.
Listening to it right now.
But waiting, it made me hungry.
It made me hungry. Jesus, that was so weird. But Tony Schiavone has an earring. Yeah, it was.
It was just piss poor to me. All of that was a fucking red hot disaster.
I mean, Statlander coming out there with this weird, goofy, like.
I like Statlander the wrestler, but this alien thing has got to go. I wish they would realize that.
What are they
just
doing?
Like they did with Brandy, the Nightmare Collective. Just find a new gimmick for you.
There's no gimmick. There doesn't need to be one. Just your Statlander.
Well, find a new character trait to play off of then.
How come her name is Chris Statlander? How come her name is Statlander? But she's like an alien thing. Why isn't her name like Z12?
I couldn't even tell you.
Or like Blip Boob 5 or like.
Didn't Jericho say already? Bad creative.
I mean, dude, Chris Statlander, but she's a crazy alien. Why is someone with such a regular name acting like they're fucking a weird zombie alien? What is this? It's like, dude, no. Like, just have the alien, have the theme, right? Have the alien theme, like, but like play with the crowd with it. That you're into that stuff. Like, be like, I'm into aliens and stuff, aren't you guys? Cool. Like, but don't be like, I am one. Like, but your name is Chris Statlander. If you're gonna be an alien, her name needs to be like Zima 7 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You can't be like, oh, my name's Chad Murray. And I'm an alien. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck is going on in this company?
The alien gimmick was dead before it started. It was abducted and anally probed.
What kind of fucking Pee-wee's fucking Funhouse show is this?
Either they have Japanese girls that don't speak a lick of English that are 90 pounds soaking wet, or they have aliens that make no sense.
Even Big Swole's weird, but oh my God,
and a man
save
champion.
Us. Yeah, I mean, save us, Big Swole, or whatever. Like, I mean, like even she's weird.
Even Big Swole doesn't feel credible as a contender for the title right now either.
Yeah, nobody does.
Seen anyone at this point, so we've seen Statlander lose more than anything. So seeing her get a brief win tonight doesn't mean jack shit.
Swole was doing some kind of over-the-top celebrating the other day when she won. It was weird. She was like...
Same thing she did tonight with the flexing and trying to, show off to point at the title, and it just looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, everybody looks like they're gone overboard. Like, is this like 1993 WWE if the women did it? Like, what is going on here? Like, I'm telling you, it's weird. Alien fucking Statlander E.T., and then Big Swole being like, and then fucking Nyla Rose being like, I eat bitches. Like, I mean, this is fucking weird, man. This company has lost their goddamn minds. As far as the women's division goes, let me go back to the donations real quick. What's up, Chad? How you guys fucking doing? I tried to have a meltdown and entertain people tonight. I don't fucking know. It's a weird night. Oh, shit, Malibu.
Decent show tonight. I will give it a 7 out of 10. Nyla Rose still sounds like she still got balls down there.
I think so.
Sounded like her dick was getting in the way. Other than that, it was a decent to good show.
What up, Real Talk? Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, what up? And thank you to Dickie Nas for becoming a patron once again. Dickie Nas,
a patron again. And Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, on getting that record deal, son. Also, Malibu Al, thank you, man. I'm with you, Malibu Al. I think I give tonight a 7 out of 10. I think I gave last week a 7.5. I feel like I'm trying to figure out if tonight should be a 7.5 as well, because some of the big moments were so good, but then there was so much bad at the beginning. It wasn't the perfect show that we thought we were going to get, or that I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a lot of elite moments and big surprises. And
yeah. Last week didn't have the big pop of like the cage and some of the other things we saw tonight.
But it was just very consistent.
But it was just solid, consistent show last week. So, yeah, I don't know, man. There was definitely some 8.5 out of 10 moments tonight. Or 9s, but...
Moments, but not all throughout. That's the thing, too. Like, it had, like you said, a few moments, but it wasn't the whole match that was amazing.
Nyla could be transitioning. Y'all are donkey asses. No Name. What's up, No Name? I thought she already did transition.
I think she's still in the process of, I thought.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
I don't think she had the surgery yet. I thought that was...
What? Thought she did. Either way, man, you can't help it. People are going to make fun of it. And she knows that. That's the thing that I give her credit for, though, Nyla Rose. She knows this. She knows she's going to get heat and hate. They've seen it. They know it's coming. So you got to give them some credit for... Because they could totally push her and be like, fuck you, we're going with she's brave and she's transgender and she's a woman and deal with it. Here she is and she's the champion. They could go with that. They could try to push that and do that agenda thing. They're going the other way and they're saying, you know what? People don't fucking like you because of this or whatever. Let's let them hate you. And she's probably the one who said, let them hate me. They don't like me. They're never going to accept it right now. But I'm here, so fuck it. Let me be the heel. Let me be the bad one. Let me talk. Let me cut this promo. They're going to hear my voice. They're going to get angry at that. They know what they're doing. So you do. In the end, anybody that has real hate for her, like I really hate her, fuck her, and how dare, or him, or whatever. Joe, or the people that email me, Joe, call her a him, you idiot. She's not a she. She's a him. I get emails yelling at me. You have to give her credit. You really do. She knows what they know what they're doing. You can't actually hate the fucking person. Like at all. Like
absolutely not.
That promo was weird. The voice, the whole thing, it was kind of supposed to be in a way, but it's just fucking weird. The whole thing, the women's division in AEW is a nightmare.
I don't think it played out the way they intended it to.
No.
And Christopher Philippone in the chat said maybe your expectations were too high. I say no, because usually we have everything tempered. They built up our expectations as this cage match alone has been slated for weeks now to happen. This card has been built up for the better part of 2 months for this night. So no, I don't feel like it was, we usually temper our expectations accordingly, but they made this, feel bigger than usual intentionally.
I want to see Nyla's...
I don't feel like either one of us had, overset goals or expectations.
I know what they're saying. I think because we really did. We said last week, dude. We said all week, this could be the best show ever for AEW. This is looking like this is built. Will it live up to it? Because it feels like right now...
because they built, advertised, and booked it to be so.
Exactly. So
it's not like we just decided, hey, this week, this is going to be the week.
We really believed that there was no way this show would be less than a 7. There's no way we believed it. We thought tonight might be an 8 or a 9. That's what we thought. But we thought it would never be below a 7. And that's what happened. I'm giving it a 7 or a 7.5. So that's good. It didn't live up to the 8 or 9, but it was good. Another good show by AEW. So, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm at yet for a score, but...
Yeah, I don't really know either. We're going to talk more about it.
The women's shit was a bit of a disaster, and we'll get into the rest later. But then we get Jeff Cobb, Jon Moxley, and I like this match. It was a solid match. They didn't hurt Cobb by losing here because it was a roll-up victory after them pretty much trying to bash the hell out of each other. It was, a test of strength and
literally was the same result as Wardlow and Cody, basically.
Yes. I mean, same result, same, pretty much match through and through. And like I said before, I didn't complain about it. I just presented the question of, does Cobb losing, his debut, is that going to be something that hinders him in the long run? I know he's not a full-time talent, so the finish makes sense since if he's not going to be there every week. I just wonder if, since he lost in his debut, will the audience refuse to believe that he can be credible going forward? That's something that I'm curious about. I've seen Cobb put on some damn great matches before. The one he had with Moose last year was fucking incredible. I forget which promotion that was for, but I mean he's been wrestling in New Japan
probably
for
Impact,
ages.
right?
And
I mean,
if it
was Moose, it had to be Impact, right?
No, I think this was. I got to look it up now. But
well, either way, it doesn't matter. They had a good match. I mean,
yeah, it was.
I think
amazing.
I think Cobb looked better than Wardlow because Wardlow was only in for like a match for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And in 8 minutes, he bloodied Cody, but he got beat up for a few seconds, and then Cody did a backflip and won a match. So
yeah, there really wasn't much else to it.
Yeah, like Cobb looked better because he wrestled about 12 or 13 minutes with
It was almost 12 minutes. And the thing was, too, is that the whole point of that match was to lead to the after, everything afterwards. The inner circle swarming in and taking out everybody. Dustin tries to make the save, but obviously the numbers advantage is too strong. And then the friggin' lights have to go out. And I hate this. The only time I ever liked the lights going out in anything was when it had to do with something like paranormal. For example, Undertaker, Kane, or the Wyatt family. That's it. That was the only time I really, and even the Wyatts sometimes you were like, shit, but it still fit. With this, why did they need to turn the lights out for Darby Allin to make his entrance at the ramp?
Because he's coming back from that year-long hamstring injury. I mean, like, dude, these guys will turn the lights out for anything.
I know.
Oh my God, he was gone for 4 weeks.
I feel like I'm ripping this all apart because I did like a majority of it, but
yeah, we liked the show.
Here's the thing: he's watching everybody get he's seeing Moxley and Dustin get their ass kicked in the ring, and he's taking his fucking time getting down there. He's posing. He's got the skateboard, and he, instead of rushing down to help everybody, he wanted to soak up the applause. I get it in one sense, but it would be better if the inner circle was just in the ring after the match, and then he came out to surprise. But seeing everybody getting their ass kicked, you figured he'd make a mad dash to try and save the day, but that really wasn't the case. And then he ended up getting scrapped anyways, and Moxley was the last man standing.
Dude,
so it felt kind of not defeated in purpose, but he gets everybody out with the skateboard, but then it just comes down to Moxley and Jericho, which is the main feud. But you figure they put all this emphasis on Darby Allin returning.
All right, so I don't have any problem with what he did after he got to the ring. Like after that was fine. I'm not like
I'm
you
just
there,
saying,
but
it was so odd to see him wait for
dancing,
so long to get to the ring.
The dancing at the top of the thing was weird. But so basically, that should have been he should have came back against one person. Like, so one guy's in the ring and he's like, I'll challenge anybody in the back, anybody in the roster. It's not looking like a good roster right now, blah, blah. And then he comes out and then he skateboards down. Or, another thing that would be really cool, and this doesn't have to do with tonight, but just think about a different night. Say like Jericho, like Moxley finally got the best of everybody, and like somebody got like handcuffed to a steel chair or tied up to a chair on the outside of the ring or something like that, and he rode down the skateboard and clotheslined them while they were like defenseless, tied up in a chair. Something like that would be funny. But it's like, it just made no sense that he would show up in that moment like that. It just was weird.
75 Loft asked, TLDR. Basically, I was just saying that why did the lights need to go off, and why of all things did it take him so long to run in to make the save? Granted, he did, but you see people getting their ass kicked, you'd want to try and hurry rather than make this grandiose entrance.
Because Kenny Omega in the theater. Everything is the theater in AEW. It's the theater.
But he did get an amazing ovation, and I'm glad for that.
Yes, I love Darby Allin.
That needs it. We need that absolute, star power to start trickling down. And that's one of the things I was getting at the beginning of the review.
Listen,
then we had the Lucha Bros and Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. And if I'm going to give Raw shit for it or any other show, I have to say the same thing for AEW. It's unfortunate that they did this at this point. If this opened the show, then I could have thought that the Lucha Bros stood a chance. But knowing that the Young Bucks won the tag team battle royal, you knew that the Lucha Bros absolutely had no chance since they're going to continue the Omega Page story.
Even the Lucha Bros are fucking, before their matches, leaping around, fucking, like they're fucking annoying. What did you say?
Yeah, they're more about chanting, but you knew they had no chance to win here.
Yeah, right,
absolutely,
exactly.
Because we knew for a fact that the Young Bucks won the tag team battle royal earlier. And obviously the story is Omega and Page versus the Young Bucks. So had they swapped these two, I think I would have been more into this match because there would have been a chance to think that they could have won.
Right. And
I just couldn't suspend any disbelief to think that they for a second had a chance to win here because it was already spoiled with the fact that the Young Bucks won earlier on, and that's the story they want to go with. Even knowing that in the back of your mind, we didn't know the Young Bucks, won that invitational. You could say, like, oh, the Lucha Bros could win it here, and then we could see them go against each other again, and Omega and Page get the titles back at Revolution. That's a possibility. But we didn't get that. So, unfortunately, for me personally, and it wasn't a bad match, the ending was really good as well, but for me, it didn't hit the mark because I with that story, couldn't get into it.
Couldn't get into it when I saw the Lucha Bros do their dancing again. Let me go to the donations real quick. People asking about
Super Chat.
Whoa! MWM 2 times.
Kobe loves wrestling and this company. He proved that again tonight. I think tonight was very good and enjoyed it. The women sucked like always. Do you feel if the women's division does not change, it could be the downfall of you? Love you, Joe and Jake.
MWM 2 times, man. Thank you. $49.99 drop. I think it's definitely a sore spot. Damn. And it's a bad look for the women's division. I don't think it drags down the whole company. It just makes the women look bad, and it makes people not look forward to it, and it makes people talk bad about it like we're doing tonight. But man, thank you so much, MWM 2 times, for the $49 super chat, dude. That's fucking awesome. MWM 2 times with the $49.99. Let me get you on the board there. MWM looks like he could be taking home the digital championship.
Holy fucking shit, that last 10 minutes of the main event was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And let's not the call of Tony Schiavone yelling, oh my god, haven't heard that passion out of Tony since the old days of WCW in the 90s. This is why I love pro wrestling. 7.
Oh, wow, that got cut off at the end. They cut that off. 7 out of 10. John Wills. John, what's up, John? Thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum as always. Johnny boy. I loved it too, man. Tony Schiavone's fucking call. Great job. The commentary was all right tonight. I like Taz, second half. Yeah, I enjoyed I enjoyed the commentary.
My DVR only recorded 6 minutes of NXT.
Oh.
WTF, frowning face, rolling eyes face.
Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks ass, dude. Mike
Hated the Battle
Amelto.
Royal. Missed the Mox match cause I was dropping a deuce. Swollen called Nyla brother. Show was really good all around. 7 or 8 for me. Leaning toward 8. Former WWE star supposed to debut at PPV.
Thank you, DC Derek, for the $3.50. I wonder who that's going to be. Maybe it's Raven, who was in the crowd tonight that nobody mentioned but was just sitting there. What the fuck was up with that? Yeah, that was
one of the things I was going to bring up. DDP was in the back as well as Austin Aries. So
fuck Raven anyway. He's a cocksucker.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Why are there ads in your live streams? Just saw one a few minutes ago. AEW was a perfect 10 tonight. Jeff Cobb is a star. You should check out his work in Lucha Underground as Matanza. He is a beast.
Oh yeah, I did see him in Lucha Underground as Matanza. I didn't know that. I have seen him before.
Yeah.
Dwayne the
That's
Cock
why I
Johnson.
said, he was the monster there, and he was killer.
But ads in the... What do you mean ads? Are you saying there's ads popping up during the stream? Or you're telling me that there's ads on the side of the channel?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I have ads on.
Bubbly?
So.
Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Since they call Nyla Rose the native beast, I wonder if she is a native beast in bed.
Oh, yeah, baby. I wonder that, too. I hope she is. Because I want to get down with that big brown stain. Dwayne the Cock Johnson, thank you for the $3, bro. What's been up, Dwayne the Cock Johnson? Always good to hear from you. Dwayne, thank you for the $3, bro. In the chat, what did you guys give AEW tonight out of 10? Let me take a look at that shit. Austin Aries is a bitch. Wow.
Super chat.
Taz calling Mox against Cobb was insane. 10th show.
Damn, Sam Folden giving it a 10 out of 10 tonight. That is badass. I'd give it more of a 7 or an 8 or something, but
Super chat.
That's cool.
Super chat.
Sorry, meant 8 tenths. Here's another $2.
Oh, thanks, Sam Folden. There you go. See, I was like, wow. I never give anything a 10, like never. And then, by the way, the wrestling figures did look cool. It's funny that Cody got a sledgehammer.
Super chat.
Joanne did Man Bear Pig won the AEW women's belt.
Oh no, Casey is raw. What's up, Casey?
I wonder why they have such a hard time with female figures. They usually always do. Brandy's didn't look great, unfortunately.
Yeah, the guy, Kenny Omega's looked really good. Jonathan Rodriguez, thank you for subbing. A lot of 8s and 7s in the chat. Nessa with an 8. CM Omega 8. What's up, guys? How are you all tonight?
Yeah, usually the women's figures look odd, though, unfortunately.
I thought Brandy looked okay, but yeah, she was the worst of the three.
Her eyes looked very weird on the figure.
First time donation, long time listener.
Yo, J-Rod, what's up, man? J-Rod, thanks for stepping up and dropping a couple bucks, man. Much appreciated. You don't have to, but it definitely keeps me on the air, so thank you guys so much for the donations.
Super chat.
NWA has better women's division.
Oh,
Lightning
100.
Showers.
100%. Moss Blaze, 100%. You're dead on right. Moss Blaze, thank you, sir. You're absolutely correct. Plus, we had our girl Thunder Rosa calling the other night.
I will be pledging myself to the Joe Cronin Society soon on Patreon.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for the best content ever on YouTube.
Oh, T-Rev 24 times. T-Rev 24, thank you for the 372. And I think you're gonna love Patreon. We have so much shit on Patreon that's not on YouTube. The minute you become a patron, you get access to like 2,000 fucking podcasts. I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on there, man. Plus, don't miss Saturday. JB's last Corrupted with us for a while or forever. We don't know, but don't miss it Saturday night. It'll be a great time. You can hear me cry on the air. It'll be wonderful. This Saturday night, 1 a.m. This Saturday night. Plus Sunday, the Wheel returns, and we're gonna have a fun time with you guys. The Wheel. Last week, Broken Line 2 weeks ago became the Wheel champ, and people want it back. It's coming back. It's gonna be fun.
A little bit of the bubbly. Want some bubbly?
Yeah.
A little bit of the bubbly. Bubbly.
Regal announced in 2 weeks Kyan knocks Steel Cage.
Oh my God! Well, I don't really like steel cage matches, but all right, cool. Rob Johnson, thanks for the $3. That's great to know, man. I just want to see more of those girls. I don't care what matches they're in. Sign me up, bro. Sign me. Call me excited, dude.
I think the steel cage is gonna be fun with those too.
Oh my God! Really, if they're good, it's hard to make me like a steel cage match. I like tonight's with Cody. It had blood, it had aggression, it had that flip off the top to end it. Tonight's steel cage match, it had the moment where Arn Anderson was it like the callback to fucking Dusty and Arn Anderson?
Yeah, slamming the steel cage door.
Oh my God! And then he slams it on MJF's face, who sold it hilarious. And
even knowing that that's coming, it's so obvious. It was still great because they sold it well.
I didn't know though. I started thinking maybe he will. I don't know. It was great. It was a good tease. If you were gonna take a betting man, you're gonna say he's gonna hit MJF. But
see, that's the thing. Even in moments where you're like, oh, you know the obvious, if they can swerve you a little bit, or at least portray it in such a way that it's so believable, it's so much better. And that was my problem. Like I said, I tried to enjoy the Lucha Bros match. I couldn't get into it. Right. I'm gonna sound like a terrible, massive hypocrite here, but hear me out if you can get on my fucked up wavelength. there were so many, and like we said the other day, it's maybe not always our, cup of tea for wrestling and whatnot, but so many super kicks and near fall after near fall after near fall with this match. That takes me out of it as well. But then people are going to say, well, you loved NXT the other night. You loved the main event. And I did, but I felt like it didn't, that match, when we saw Ciampa and Cole, it didn't start with near fall after near fall. It built, it had a crescendo. It worked its way up. There was escalation to it. And then they got more severe. And the story that they told, that these two men had such determination and grit and willpower and adrenaline and the ultimate stamina. One was out of pure defiance, the other one out of revenge and lust for his championship. It built towards something that was really special. As were this, it's like right away, super kick, pinfall, 2 count, kick out, super kick, near fall again. Oh, what's that? Another super kick out, and it's like, oh, we're gonna dive on the outside. That's kind of what we got over and over and over again here, especially with this match, is what I'm saying. Not all night, but this match was the most egregious to me of the new wrestling, Ring of Honor style. And I unfortunately I didn't care for it. I couldn't get into it. So I don't mind all the time if it has proper storytelling and they're building towards something, like when you see a finisher, but then reverse finisher. And because these guys have, either such hatred or so much determination or something is so on the line that, like you've seen Cody and Jericho, and they're going to trade blows and it's kick out after kick out after, because you're building that intensity. I'm all about it. But with this just being a pure spot fest just because.
Are you talking about the tag team match?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Because that
does nothing for me.
I agree. It's too much. I know it's the new DDT. I know it's the new punch.
And they start off with the spot fest right away. It's like there is no time to build up. They just pretty much get right into it. So,
But
there are other times where it works, but it takes a lot to get you there. And I feel like this didn't, and they had a good amount of time. They had, almost 16 minutes together in the ring. So they could have gotten to the quote unquote spot fest at the end, but it just, to me, I don't know. It didn't work. That's my personal.
It just doesn't, it's too much at one point. You feel like you're watching just, it's kind of like
there was no story.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something wrong with it.
I prefer story, to be told back and forth at least. It doesn't always have to be that way. You can have hardcore matches and like Dakota Kai. Obviously, there was a story in the background, but those two just beat the hell out of each other. You didn't need to target a limb or focus on, it was just mayhem, but it worked. But for this, I don't know. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
This is why I like AEW so much right now, though.
Because there's something for everybody. There were matches that I really enjoyed.
Well, but that is like, I'm doing it for a selfish reason, that there's like stuff that, like you just said, we're able to talk about stuff that we liked, stuff that we didn't like, stuff that we hated, stuff that we really liked, and stuff that we liked, but there was something that we hated in it. Like, it's so much more to talk about in this company a lot of times. It feels like
just the Raw where it's like rinse and repeat, where we get the same formulaic matches
and even
throughout the entire night.
Even NXT a lot of times is good, but there's nothing much to it. Like, it's like great match.
Week to week is lacking, but the takeovers obviously are always going to be a highlight.
Exactly. So the takeovers are fun to talk about.
It seems like tonight's episode, I haven't seen any of it yet, but I got a lot of feedback, and people are quite disappointed with the Velveteen Dream main event against Roderick Strong. They said that they thought they were going to get this great match, and instead it was just kind of regular wrestling with blasé up until the finish. So, well, I mean, that's disappointing to hear.
People have to remember, Velveteen Dream has a very main roster style. Like, unless another guy is working a certain way and they're doing something wild, I feel like Velveteen Dream.
But you figure the thought process with Dream basically not threatening, but using his Roderick Strong's family to get into his head. He wouldn't have to do anything overtly crazy, but he could play a lot of mind games in the ring. And I guess I haven't seen it, so I have to hold off full judgment. But from what I heard, there was none of that. And you figure Roderick Strong would also be more like vicious and cunning, and same thing because Velveteen Dream was injured by him. He would want revenge, and I guess it just looked like these two just got paired up randomly instead of actually being a feud match. So,
you know, I'm trying to think where we left off here. Exactly, the women with the weird pointing.
We're up to Cody and Wardlow in the steel cage now.
I feel like I didn't say a lot. I feel like there's a lot more that I didn't say about this show. I skipped over or something.
We talked about Jon Moxley and Jeff Cobb. We went through all of that.
That match I liked. I liked that match because,
like I said, I liked that match as well. I liked that. You know, it was just any given Sunday finish, so it didn't hurt Cobb. I didn't have a problem with that. I
can't stand that
I wonder
referee.
if it'll hurt him with the fans, but
I hate that fucking midget referee who's bald, who fucking jumps up in the air like a ballerina to count of 3.
Yeah,
I seriously hate
we had
this
addressed
guy.
this, I think, last week.
I
As well.
can't, dude. In the tag team match, I couldn't fucking this guy, Bryce or whatever his name is, dude. This guy fucking leaps up into the air and fucking counts while he does a split, and he fucking when the match is over, he goes like that's supposed to be telling the bell guy to ring the bell. Like this is telling the guy to ring the bell. Like, it's just so fucking. I hate this guy. Whatever Kenny Omega is to Jim Cornette, this is the referee. This is Kenny. This is if Kenny Omega,
he's your bitter rival.
If Kenny Omega was a referee, there would be this guy. This fucking guy leaps way up in the air like a ballerina. Literally does a split like a little very up in the air, and he like he does this just insanely over-exaggerated thing. Over-exaggerates everything in the match. Everything is like I don't know who fucking teaches these people nowadays, but this shit's a goddamn mess. This guy was so fucking annoying during the tag team match. I wanted to punch myself in the dick. Like, fuck this guy and his stupid count when he jumps up in the air. And, you know, I'd show you a clip of it, like a little, even a GIF of it I'd show you to show you what this guy does. If you don't understand it, you can go watch it yourself, or I'll put it up on Twitter maybe later. I'll put something on Twitter making fun of it. At Corrupted Pod on Twitter. Hit me up there. But after what they did to Solid Monster, I'm not fucking showing shit. Because who the fuck knows what they're going to do.
I was fine for weeks, and then all of a sudden, one of the clips I had on the countdown got hit randomly, and it was blocked worldwide. And
well, Solly can't stream.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not going to get a strike for a 4-second AEW clip. It's not worth it.
This guy fucking, I'm telling you, man. If you haven't seen this referee, I mean, just watch him. Just watch the referee during the whole tag match. The guy makes you want to break his arms. Like, I don't know what else there is to say. Here's a donation. Oh, it's Gatekeeper Drew. Gatekeeper Drew, 19 months straight on Twitch. If you guys want to sub to me on Twitch, please do. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free right now for all of you, hundreds of you. If 400 of you guys have Amazon Prime, it's free to go to twitch.tv/JoeCronenJCS. And to sub to me on Twitch using your Amazon Prime, it's free for you to do it. You can sub to one person for free every month. You have to redo it every month, but it's free. I get $3. It costs you nothing.
And yes, Solid Monster got it fixed, but that was, a few days of worrying and potential problems.
Person in chat said Adam Page as Dark Order leader.
Person in chat said Adam Page as Dark Lord, you think Adam Page will be the Dark Order leader?
That'd be a good swerve as being the obvious, what we have so far.
Fuck all you
for
periwinkle cracker faggots in the chat.
Oh, God.
You motherfuckers better bow down to the black man. Black history is still going on, so you better show respect, unlike Tom Inc. grandfather. Him gonna hang that nigga after I dig his old ass up.
Oh, no. Good God, taking it back for the black. That is a black man who is sick of the white people basically donating. But we always still love him here, man. We love him. Taking it back for the black, baby. He's there for equal rights to get rid of what the white man has done.
Super Chat Party.
Operator Wolf.
Wardlow's theme sounds like the Out of Nowhere intro.
Wardlow's theme sounds like the Out of Nowhere intro. Do you think so? I don't remember what it sounded like. I didn't. Let me go listen to it. Does he have it up on AEW? Wardlow. Let's see if it's up. I don't see it. I don't see it up on YouTube or anywhere yet. So let me listen to it.
I have to go back and watch it on the show.
Yeah, let me hear it on the show. Hold on a minute. I think I can probably play that.
God knows.
Who knows, but here we go. Let's see.
Cage match!
Cage match! He's even got the puff of smoke, the blowing up thing.
Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by MJF from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing 267 pounds. Whoa!
I can't really hear it. I mean, I guess I can't hear it. Maybe I'll listen later when I don't want to play the whole thing. I'll listen to Wardlow's theme to hear if I can hear what you're saying. But that's funny. We got Wardlow as our goddamn intro, so fuck it. That's why
I could see a slight resemblance to it.
They ripped us off. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jake. You hear this shit? Fucking ripped us off. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Wouldn't be the first time.
I'm going to beat up Tony Schiavone. If I ever see Tony Schiavone in the streets, I'm going to rip that fucking earring out of your ear, Tony. I'm going to stuff it down your throat. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Tony. I'm just joking.
Yeah, it was odd having Raven in the crowd and not acknowledging it.
Yeah, Raven just sitting there in a chair.
Just sitting there the whole time. So people say, oh, there's the Exalted One for the Dark Order. And
he was right behind him.
You know, he could... Anybody right now is going to be labeled the Exalted One. That's not...
Well, label me the Exhausted One. He looks like the Exhausted One out there. Fucking in a coma. He probably was miserable just having to sit there.
He's always miserable.
Yeah, he's fucking piece of shit when I met him.
Yeah,
I'm never going to let that go. I'm going to be... I hold this shit. You guys know that. I won't shut the fuck up about people when this shit happens. Broken Lion. Thank you for subscribing, Broken Lion. 10 months in a row on Twitch for Broken Lion. Thank you, sir. You are a sexy beast, Broken Lion. Let me tell you that, man. I will follow you to the end of the earth, Broken Lion. Just to be your daddy. Trying to log into my fucking Twitch because there's a problem.
Raggy.
Not really, but I mean, no. I mean, there's not a problem. I just can't log in.
Super chat. Super chat.
Did you guys notice
You
Raven
know,
was
when
in
you
the
get a new
crowd?
computer, you don't have everything saved and stored.
Yes, we did notice Raven was in the crowd. Funny enough, we just talked about that, but you probably heard that now. You're probably like, oh, I'm about to ask that. God damn it. Who asked that, though? Let me see. What was that?
Oh, that was ADTR that popped up.
Oh, ADTR, man. What's up, dude? Thank you for that. I'm sorry. I was trying to fix my Twitch stream.
No result spoilers here, but David let us know that the dark matches that we'll see next week is Joey Janela taking on Kip Sabian. I'm surprised they didn't save that for TV. Then we have the Dark Order versus the Strong Hearts, and then we see Sean Spears in action with the Librarian versus Dustin and QT Marshall.
Yikes.
So anytime the Librarian is involved, you know that team's losing.
Yeah, that's a loss. I mean,
that's
Sean
a
Spears.
loss given.
Where is Sean Spears? Where is any of that? I mean, this is why they need another belt.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's needed. So we get to the main event now. That's where we are. And I like the presentation. I liked Wardlow's entrance. I like the cage having pyro, essentially. You know, had all the fog coming down. I like the look of the cage. It's a mix of WCW's old cage and, some new aesthetics. I like the geometry of it, the way it surrounds the ring just even.
It was high.
Yeah, it was a very high cage.
Honestly,
somebody there said it was about 12 feet up. I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I thought it was going to be a throwback cage, like a cheap one.
Yeah, no, not at all. This is, custom made for their ring. It looked great. The lighting and the way they lowered it and all the build for this. We see Cody coming out with Arn Anderson and Brandy. Nice touch there. And, they mentioned the classic Dusty Rhodes cage matches. They brought that up with the Horsemen and back in Atlanta. So there's a lot of history here. Wardlow obviously, makes his entrance first with MJF. Great back and forth with them at the start. Cody's kicking him high and Wardlow's not even just soaking it up, not even flinching. And Cody tries to do a couple maneuvers, waist locks, things like that. And Wardlow just tosses him away like he's a child. And I'm like, damn, the size difference here. It doesn't look as drastic as you thought it would be, but it's still enough that you know Wardlow is no slouch. And eventually Wardlow picks up Cody and tosses him straight into the cage and just starts clobbering him with hands after hands. And not long after that did we have some color coming. You know, Cody landed pretty awkwardly in between the cage and the ring apron, and you saw that the blood start leaking. So from there, you know, got a little bit back and forth, and all of a sudden Cody gets the Cody cutter. He starts to hulk up, as I like to say, gets the 10 punch. The crowd's into it the entire time. And then we go ahead and we see Wardlow kind of start to recover. He picks up Cody and just tosses him so far. It's like about 6 feet up, I swear. He goes flying. You know, he beats Cody into the cage and threw him into the door. And that's when the door, as you said before, it creeps open and MJF walks up and tells Arn to smash it into Cody's head like he did his daddy. He's like, you know you want to. You know you want to. You know, get revenge and the history. And, you know, that was nice why they sold the history before. Arn grabs the door, and you think he's going to slam it into Cody's head, and he reverses it, bam, right into MJF, and MJF sells it like a son of a bitch. It's great. Goes flying all the way back into the barricade, barrels over like a spare at a bowling alley. Loved it. And Cody hits a big clothesline and smashes Wardlow into the cage, and he gets this big power slam, and there's your near fall. You know, but there's not 100 near falls. So like I said, that's the thing about AEW that we were saying before. We had our newer style wrestling in the tag team title match. With this, you have a bit more of that old school storytelling. There's something, I think, usually for everybody.
Moxley and Cobb had that sort of build it up match over time,
Yes.
classic style, like a more WWF style almost. Yeah, so that was good too. That was
everybody
was
had, you know, something different that you really can get into. So Cody goes ahead and, you know, he's got Wardlow going for the diamond, you know, the Dynamite Diamond, but then Cody gets hit in the balls and he's toppled down. Cody grabs the ring, which, you know, sends
This
MJF
smells like my
climbing
vagina.
up the cage, and Brandy starts hitting him with a chair, hits him a few different times, but it's no effect at all. You know, MJF is too
By the
strong
way,
for her weak hits.
I got goosebumps when Brandy came out with Cody, by the way, because I was like,
Yeah, because that's what we missed. That's what she should be doing. Her as the Nightmare Collective. You didn't want to see her in that role. You want to see her not just like the doubting and toting wife, but the supporting. Like when she came out and said everything to Cody when he was getting the lashes, it was emotional because it fits. You know, again, you don't have to suspend disbelief. You don't have to you know, vie into anything. You know, they're husband and wife. You know, they've endured a lot of shit. It's real, and that's something you can't script.
Yeah, it's right. It's
That's the same thing with Edge's neck. That's the same thing with, you know, when you have those moments, it's something that can't be replicated. You can't act your way into it. It just is real. And that's when you blur the lines between fiction and reality that makes wrestling at its best. So we now see MJF, you know, in her face, and that's when Arn comes over and throws MJF into the crowd. And this allows, you know, Cody to go ahead and use the ring, gets another near fall, and Cody can escape here. He climbs all the way to the top, and then he looks back and he hits a picture-perfect moonsault. You know, Kurt Angle would be proud. This was a thing of beauty. The height on this, like we said before, the cage was at least 12 feet up.
We saw Cody and Kurt Angle deliver this move to each other over that 3-match series in Cage.
Yes.
It was great, and it was. I was like, I thought he was gonna do this the whole match because I just saw all those. Remember, it's just so funny, man. Those matches Cody was having in the Indies, against Angle in the cage, and the other things they did. Like he did this move all the time. So I was like, oh, he's gotta do it on TV in Georgia.
I was hoping so, but then I was like, maybe he'll only go for a crossbody the way he looked back, and then as soon as he turned his head, I'm like, damn, he's gonna go for it.
That was nuts.
It looked amazing, so high up. That leads to the finish, you know, solid 12-minute match. Cody's celebrating, and, you know, MJF just looks up in disbelief as Cody's got the blood leaking down his face. MJF is on his ass and just kind of, you know, looking on in horror. And great match. Very, very entertaining. Fantastic story told. highlight of the night for sure. My favorite match of everything we got. So if you couple this with the Cobb match that I really enjoyed and the last 2 minutes of the Battle Royal, I would give this night at least a solid 7. Unfortunately, the women's match took me down about 2 points and a few too many spots, knowing that the Lucha Bros were going to win as well, is about another point off. So I could feasibly say this getting a 7. You could even argue 7.5 from my end, but definitely a 7.
Yeah, I think that somewhere between a 7 and an 8.5, if someone wants to give it that, I could see what you're saying. I'm probably going to go a 7 with you, just because. I mean, it was a good show. It was a good show. They just missed on some of those things. They missed. If they had just had a decent women's match and a good promo, and maybe some of the other stuff was a little bit better, I mean, I would have gone 8.5 or something, or 9 or whatever. But hey, you know what? 7's good. Maybe 7.5. Maybe I give you 7.5. But, we both are, we're arguing little like dots and points and things.
If the Battle Royal had a bit more organization and wasn't a total clusterfuck, yeah, I agree with Scam Cartoons. And, that was the unfortunate side effect of the mayhem going around with that. And
yeah,
it was mayhem for mayhem's sake. It wasn't orchestrated well. So,
but I can see if you gave it a lower grade. I can see if you thought this was a 6. I can see if you thought this was an 8. We were all aboard the hype train, and that justifiably so. That the expectations were set high. So yeah, the show did have that going against it. The expectations of all of us, plus having last week be the show that was rated the best show ever of AEW. I mean, this show was kind of set up to fail in a way, not fail, but like to sort of lose ground.
Yes, and I'm curious as well, your ratings predictions. CJ Bradley asked, do they hit 1 million this time? Or
I'm going to say, unfortunately, I mean, I really wanted them to hit 1 million. I'm going to say 920,000.
Really? I'm going to say they hit 985.
All right.
I say it's going to be very close to 1 million. Almost there, because the cage match a lot of people wanted to tune into. And Raw had a slight influx in ratings this week as well.
Right. Which actually helps AEW usually when you think about it. Yeah,
usually when Raw goes up, AEW does well too. Raw averaged last week a 2.3, and this week it was a 2.4.
Well, Raw didn't just go up. I mean, it's significant to note. This was the highest rated Raw of this year.
Yes. I mean, the first hour drew a 2.6. So
yeah, that's pretty interesting. But I hope they hit 1 million this week. I think we believed that they were going to hit it again. Especially after last week being such a good show. So last week was a great show. Then you talk about a cage match for the week after. You would think they would get close. But even 900,000 is a really good number. If they get to 900,000, that's a great number. But I'm going to say 920, but I hope that I'm wrong. I hope they hit 1.1 or something. I mean, that would be fucking great. That would tell you things are moving the way they're supposed to. If it's below 900,000, man, I'm disappointed. AEW might not be, but I'm disappointed in that if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely want to go ahead and have that happen. So I hope they get some great numbers. But
damn, Matt Moon says 780,000. Yikes! If that's the case, that's not much better than last week. That's
yeah. I don't think that'll happen, but.
Yeah, if Matt Hardy joins, that will jump the ratings up a little bit. I don't think a lot. I think Matt Hardy is worth maybe 100,000 viewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's enough to break 1 million if they're on that streak. So
right,
and then from there, who knows? But I'm weary with Matt Hardy. I hope if he does join, because right now he has. I could picture WWE releasing him from his contract the day before just to put a no compete on him for 90 days. You know how scummy that would be, but Vince is petty like that. Just to know it would get him through Mania season without having to worry about it.
With Matt?
Yeah.
But I thought he didn't. I thought he didn't have a no compete.
He doesn't. I'm saying if Vince could release him. If you release someone early from their contract, you can break it and then add a no compete clause.
Oh.
I said I could picture Vince being a petty bastard and doing something like that. I don't think it'll happen because his brother's still there and whatnot, but.
I could see him doing it to someone else who's like a...
Yeah, I mean, less a chance with Matt, but, if they were to do it with anybody, Matt would be the ideal one because, I mean, his YouTube's picking up steam, and he's obviously a big name for them to get in AEW. So
what people have to realize again is that, dude, Matt Hardy is talking about being stronger than death and being unkillable. That's literally the persona that he was taking before he did the broken gimmick.
The broken gimmick, yeah.
Right before it, he was doing stronger than death. He is so Easter egging the fuck out of this shit. It's almost unbelievable. Here's a donation. Drew Bar, what's up, Drew Bar? 100 with a subscription. Drew Bar, my friend. Thank you, Drew Bar. That is 22 months. Holy shit.
Damn.
Dude, that's
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years in a row. I mean, 24 months, 22 months in a row on Twitch. Thank you, man, for that type of backing on Twitch, man. Drew Bar, thank you so much, dude. That's $3 a month for the last 22 months, dude. Thank you. And everybody who's a patron, too, signed up on Patreon. I'm going to shout out the new Patreon people tonight in a few minutes. Steve, thanks for the host on Twitch. We are live on Twitch right now, The Purple Place, as well as YouTube, because I am going to play a little bit of gaming after this.
Shit bomb!
When we're done here.
I know this is a AEW review, but Jesus H. Christ, the Bella Twins will be on SmackDown on Friday. What the fuck is the matter with these fucks?
Hall of
I
Fame.
hope whoever is running this show gets in a terrible car accident.
Whoa.
I don't want them to die. Just paralyze.
Oh, no, man. Harry Steve.
Just paralyzed.
Jesus, that might be worse. Thanks for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. I won't say that, but I'll say that's ridiculous. But I think, are we worried about the Hall of Fame? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, because the Bellas are supposedly going to be in the Hall of Fame this year, which is insulting.
You donated $50. I'm going to take my dick out because you donated $50.
Damn.
You donated $50, motherfucker, boy. I'm a rich motherfucker.
Good, but waiting for the go home show. Love you all in the chat. Great show.
Wow, man. Thank you fucking big time. He is the man, Nick Ross. Nick Ross.
Hell yeah, Nick.
Holy shit, Nick. What's been up, dude? And he drops the 50 bomb. One of the oldest donations and one of my favorite. Nick Ross, thank you, dude. Holy fuck, dude. You blew my mind. Nick Ross.
Yeah, the Bellas would show up this Friday on SmackDown. Then John Cena would be on next week. And now there's rumors that John Cena is obviously engaged once again. And apparently Nikki was really pissed off by it. And
isn't she engaged?
That's what I'm saying. So she's pregnant and engaged, but she was pissed off that John's engaged again. How petty is that?
She's an idiot.
He gave her everything she wanted. You know, he didn't want kids. He changed his mind for her, all that stuff.
He is an idiot, though. He's engaged already again?
Yeah, that's the rumor going around at this point. So
what a dumb idiot. I mean, he really is a fucking muffin head. Here, I just can't wait to get rid of half of my shit to some lady.
Well, he's big on the prenups. And
that's true. That is true. He's smart.
He was all about that contract just for her to go into the house.
Yeah, right?
I don't even know how to say her name. Sharadizva.
Oh, God. I mean,
it's Sharia Tazde.
I think John Cena is wonderful motivation-wise. He seems like such a nice guy. I really like him in many ways. But there's another part of me that just thinks he's a psycho. I mean, based on the shit I saw on that show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, they had to sign paperwork just to stay over the night at his house. And
yeah, it was a weird fuck he is. But he's also smart.
But this Shay girl, Sharia Tezde,
Sharia Law. Her name is Sharia Law, and she wears a towel.
I don't know who she is really, but he's been involved with her for a little while now.
About a year and a half,
roughly. They were spotted last March when he was filming Playing with Fire.
No, he's playing with fire with her. I'll tell you
that. He is indeed.
So. Fucking idiot. For as smart as he is, get out of this. Fucking Sharia law. Get the fuck away from her. Before she makes you wear a fucking towel or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. Awondy's like, what the fuck, man? I'm sorry, Awondy.
But
all the Muslims.
It'll be interesting to see how that works.
Sorry to the Muslims listening. I'm joking.
One thing we didn't mention was the backstage attack that happened tonight. Britt Baker, she went after Shayna.
Oh, I missed it. I didn't see it. I missed it.
Basically, Shayna was trying to talk about her loss to Statlander, and then Britt showed up and beat her down, and it just continues her heel streak. So,
okay, I go back and watch.
It's on their Twitter right now. I'll tag you in it so you can see it.
Tag me up, baby.
Now it's not available, so I'll have to find it again. Interesting.
Well, fuck them.
That disappeared quickly.
Nick Ross is going to take home that Digital Skull title tonight, man. I think Nick Ross in the house. Unless somebody wins the lotto in the chat and drops some kind of mega bomb, Nick Ross is taking that shit home, and he's taking it home with an erection. Imagine if Nick Ross really had an erection while donating.
I can believe it.
I could smell it. That's weird. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all of a sudden she's talking and she goes to just open her mouth for the first sentence, and then she gets smacked down, and Shayna falls to the ground. And you hear the interviewer say, "Britt Baker," and Britt opens her mouth and stomps on the back of her head. And,
okay.
Beats the hell out of her and doesn't say anything. She's wearing a shirt that says "I Heart AEW." Then finally she grabs the mic and she said, "Dr. Britt Baker here. It's time for her 6-month checkup." So it was pretty funny. And that was it.
I'll have to check it out. I can't believe I missed it. I don't know what.
Yeah, I tagged you, and it was very quick, but her acting is abysmal.
Who's that?
Shayna.
Oh, Shayna's acting.
After her getting beat, she's.
Oh, that's coming. She was coming then.
Well, it must have been. Britt did a good job though with the heel attack. So.
Real okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she just needs better people to work with, I think.
Cold Army, thanks for the host, bro. Thank you for hosting me. Host me up, baby. The Cold Army is hosting me up. We need the Cold Army. I need a warm army. It's fucking cold out. Fuck cold. I need some warm. Give me some goddamn heat up in this place, biatch. Anything else, Jake, that you wanted to say about AEW? I'm sure you want to fucking...
That is it for AEW. Austin Aries did tweet that he was there and that he's still a free agent. He did mention this also back in December, saying that I'm really enjoying what AEW has been doing. He said, "I'm digging what they've done so far. It's like watching a new age NWA."
I'll bet he is digging it because he can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, he's pretty much banned from everywhere at this point. I wouldn't want to see him join though, just because he's so goddamn toxic.
Yeah.
I hate to label him as such, but he really is. He's just seems impossible to work with at this point.
Well, I'd still work with him just because I'd be like, oh, we never had him. I'll take him. But
just do it like week to week for the contract.
But he's like, well, he's a piece of shit, dude. What did he do to at Impact? What he did to fucking John Morrison or John Nitro, whatever the fuck he was called, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Rocket, Impact. That was fucking retarded. What a bitch. He fucking stands right up, no sells it, and gives the finger. He's like, I'm going to have my Bret Hart thing moment. I mean, Austin Aries, I liked him, actually. I used to like him. I liked him in WWE. I thought that he got fucked over there. But then the more I hear about him, he just seems like a shithead. It's probably that short man shit.
Oh, I'm sure he's always had a Napoleon type, about himself. Hey, Monday in the chat said, JR said Blue Chew was in Britt Baker's mocha latte coffee. I didn't hear that, but if that's true, that's hilarious. So she's got the, a little bit of Viagra.
Oh my God, dude. I keep hearing JR say that. That's the second or third time he's worked Blue Chew into the show, and I'm not kidding.
It must be his favorite sponsor for his podcast.
I mean, are they like fucking, no, I'm serious. Look into this, AEW.
Yeah, because
are they paying him money?
Digital is basically built on Blue Chew sponsorship. So,
dude, would you be surprised to know that Blue Chew gave like Jim Ross $20,000 to like just
to keep bringing it up? No, I would believe it because they sponsor a lot of podcasts and wrestling ones. So,
dude, that's weird.
That it was staged? Was that really staged? It was a work? It wasn't a shoot? Okay. My bad if that's true. Wow, man, that is so weird though. He keeps saying it. That's the third time I've heard Jim Ross say something about Blue Chew on AEW. I wonder if they would get angry at that. If he was making a deal where someone was giving him thousands of dollars on the side to on their broadcast plug something randomly. That's got to be illegal. That's got to be some kind of fucking no-no that we don't know about. I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was supposed to be a work according to Van Fish Fillet. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Well, they worked me. I guess I got worked. If that's the case. Wow. I mean, fucking shocker. I didn't know that. I take it back then, Austin. I'm sorry, Austin Aries. You midget wizard fuck.
He's done more than just that instance, though, so...
I mean... I don't know, man. But anyway, I'm good with everything. I think I've got everything out of the way. It's up to you, Jake, what you want to do, man. If you're done, I'm done.
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and take some calls, so this way people can call in and share their opinions.
Alrighty, then.
Tomorrow for Out of Nowhere, obviously we have some spoilers possibly on the women's tag team titles, what's going on from there. More information with Super Showdown. One of the things I find hilarious that I'll briefly bring up now is that the entire company has an unofficial edict at this point. It's basically agreed upon. Nobody leaves unless you all leave together. From Saudi, they want that written in stone at this point in time, which I can't argue. They said, I don't care if you're a wrestler, a support staff, if you're, no matter what, you're all leaving together. No one leaves before anyone else. So
that's hilarious.
I can't blame them though after all the nonsense that happened last time. We also have some more plans for WrestleMania to discuss, and how just so many different plans have changed recently, with Vince all but saying that he wants to sell the rights to WrestleMania, obviously.
What?
So
wait, what?
With Vince wanting to sell the rights to WrestleMania, we know for a fact.
What does that mean? The rights to? Oh, you mean just as a pay-per-view?
For the pay-per-view, he wants to go ahead and have it on one of the streaming services. And since that's been discussed, now they're trying to pull in legends and do bigger things for Mania. Originally, The Undertaker was not involved in the planning of WrestleMania. And now, once this was discussed, they immediately started working the program for AJ Styles. AJ discussed it on Raw on Monday, so that's going to be the groundwork for them to face off head-to-head.
Yeah, when you first said that, I was like...
CJ, I just saw Matt's latest tweet. He said yes. Yes! Because there's a sign that says "Free the Delete" in the AEW crowd tonight.
Yeah, saw that.
Which I saw. So that's obviously we know where he's going.
Well, we hope. I would hope.
From what I heard, Vince just saw the massive ratings that Matt Hardy and Randy Orton brought in last week, and that was originally supposedly last week was Matt's last outing. That's why he said goodbye. But Vince then saw the ratings that these two pulled in, so he wanted to get one more week out of it.
Yeah. Well,
makes sense, but
he's probably, I don't know, man. I think that Vince is a fucking idiot because he had something in Matt Hardy and he doesn't even know. Doesn't even understand what he had in this guy.
Yeah.
And that just, so stupid.
That's for sure. He just said he never understood the... the broken gimmick, and it wasn't for him. So what a waste.
Well, no one understood it because he's a fucking idiot who didn't explain it to the crowd, because he didn't even know how to explain it because he doesn't know what it is. So
yeah,
I get it, but fucking Vince, you fucking dildo Vince, you are a dildo Vince. We got a sub coming in. Let me see what it is.
Super Chat.
Oh, donation.
Party.
Was that the same guy as last week that was in the Scooby suit in the crowd this week?
Well, it had to have been, right? Wasn't that the same guy?
I didn't load up for me yet, so.
Pretty sure it's the same guy. Can't believe it would be a different guy.
Oh, in the Scooby suit?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I bet you that's his new gimmick.
He's going to be the new green shirt guy. I hope someone beats the shit out of him.
Just in the park.
Seriously, anybody who any grown man who dresses up in the same outfit every week to get attention on himself and sits in the front row on purpose, especially wearing a bright green shirt so you can make sure you're seen, but you're a big fat mess of shit. And then when people ask you, hey, want to come on our podcast to talk about like what's up with you in the WWF and you've been to so many shows, it's so weird, I want to know your story. And then him be like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, go fuck yourself, you fat piece of shit.
Scooby snacks.
Fucking hope you get your green shirt fucking ripped off you outside and you choked, you fuck. Dennis Gamboa, what up, man? Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Pour Dennis a fucking beer in the chat. We are having a subscription party on the Joe Cronin Show tonight. Jake DeMarco's here. I'm here. You're here. Let's do this. And you're subscribing to the channel because you just can't help it, right?
Everybody wants to subscribe.
You're going to subscribe. You're not going to not subscribe. You're going to fucking be pissed off that you missed all the crazy fucking shit that I do throughout the week. If you don't subscribe or unsubscribe, God forbid you unsubscribe, you're retarded. But if you subscribe, you hit that bell down below, you hit the like button, and then you become a patron. So you get the alerts on Patreon because YouTube doesn't alert everybody all the time because YouTube is stupid. So I put the links up on Patreon, and I put it out there in your email. So you get it. So you better become a patron so you get the alerts. Even $1 a month, I mean, will get you all the alerts. For Christ's sake. All right, Jake, man. I'll let you get out of here, man. But thank you. Love you, buddy. And
much love, baby. Stay sexy. Have a good night. And I will see you all tomorrow for Out of Nowhere.
All right. Tomorrow night, Out of Nowhere, it's going to be fun. And I'm going to harass Jake on his Facebook all night.
Yeah. You better. Don't tease me.
All right, man. Good night, Jake.
Later, baby.
Break me off a piece of that, Jake. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to play some Madden and some other shit, and we're live on Twitch and all that stuff, but I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back in just a second. Don't go anywhere, because when I get back, I'm going to lambaste a motherfucker. I'll be right back.
The Joe Cronin Show will be right back after this.
When you're on his show, it's fire. Fire. It's fire. When you work with him, it's magic. Magic. But after a while, you just can't stand Joe Cronin anymore. So take at least 30 of his listeners, depending on how funny you were on his show and well-liked you are, and focus on your own Joe Cronin show. Take his guidance and ideas, but leave his ADD psycho personality behind. Take the advice of Tommy C, Dead on Dave, Jesse 5 times, Dave Rose, Ken, Chris Tossovic, how do you say that name? Justin Bailey, Troy, and probably some more we're forgetting, and get the fuck away from Joe. Cash in on a small amount of listeners who will follow you exclusively. And if you can buddy up with some of Joe's more minor co-hosts, make them your new yes man and co-host, and appear to have better chemistry with them than you ever did with Joe. You got yourself a show. This summer, fuck the fans, fuck Joe, you do you. Most of your subscribers are from his show, but you're tired of being Joe's yes man. Spread your wings and fly away until his shows are just him crying like a baby. Let's see if that faggot can do it alone. This summer, you must escape. You must escape the Joe Cronin Show.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEWN, tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show will be right back.
Chances are you love to watch wrestling. Chances are you'd watch as much wrestling as you could if it was put in front of you. Well, now you can watch
thousands of iPay-per-views of all kinds of wrestlers that you love and that you've heard of on the independent scene. Tons of local wrestling companies, including CCW, and so many more. You can see what I'm talking about if you go to TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. It's where like 70% of the independent wrestling companies put their iPay-per-views and where they live stream from and where the shoot interviews are. There's a shoot interview from Killer Kross that was just done February, right before he signed with WWE. It's up right now on Title Match Wrestling. Now, you could buy all of these pay-per-views individually for like $5 to $10, but forget that, because for $9.99 a month, you can watch all of it. Everything's included. It's the biggest independent wrestling network collection anywhere, plus it has all the live feeds for the iPay-per-views. And hey, I'm Joe Cronin, and I'm calling matches on there. TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Here's the best part, $9.99. 3 months, motherfuckers. 3 months. It's 50% off because you guys are Joe Cronin Show fans. And you know what Joe Cronin Show fans are? They're sexy as hell. So just use coupon code Cronin, and you guys will get 50% off for 3 whole months. TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com, coupon code Cronin. And when you type it in, you're going to get that special feeling down below. Also, I know you guys love listening to podcasts. Well, you get a free one when you go to audibletrial.com/Cronin. audibletrial.com/Cronin. One free audiobook for the Joe Cronin Show listeners. Go do it now. Listen to Jericho's book. Listen to JR's book. Or listen to some other crazy book you never heard of before. Listen to the Bible. That will scare you. audibletrial.com/Cronin.
This is the most mature audiences only shit you've ever heard. Period. From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, I'm gonna give it to you.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Now, here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
Who's wet in the chat for a little bit of Madden? Hey there. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Let's put that, square that box down below. I gotta fucking get back in the game here. I'm gonna lose. Let the period end, or the quarter end. I'm fucking thinking hockey. What's up, chat? How you guys doing? We're gonna talk a little bit more about AEW, a little bit more about wrestling shit. I did 3 different wrestling companies' wrestling voiceovers today.
I voiced over 25 matches today, if you guys can believe that. I was in my sound room in the closet area, where the closet is better for that. And I voiced over 25 matches today. I mean, that was nuts. 25 matches. I mean, that was the most insane thing I've ever done. This is going to be trouble. I'm going to definitely take a penalty here. All because I'm doing this. Ugh. I'll get the donations going in a minute. I know that I've got donations again. All right. We need to get going here. What's up, chat? I'm also live on Twitch. If anybody wants to be over on the Purple Place for a little bit, come on over, hang out. Oh my God, how do you not catch that ball? Come on, dude. I almost want to try a field goal. I mean, how do you not catch that ball, dude? Like, for real? I might be able to hit that field goal. No, that works with the interception being all the way back there. I just got to stop him is all. Can't let him get a touchdown. That's the only thing I got to do. What's up, chat? How you guys doing? Let's go to the phones if I can. Oh, my bad. Try to call back if you guys want to call. 412, what's up?
Hey, Joe, man. Hey, I was just wondering, did you see any of the debate tonight, or are you going to talk about the debate at all?
I didn't see any of it because I was watching AEW, but I'm sure I'm going to watch it later and probably talk about it at some point.
Fucking Bloomberg got his ass raped by Warren and Klobuchar and Sanders. It's classic. You got to see it. It's fucking hilarious.
Wow, that sounds hilarious. I mean, I want to watch that badly because that's funny. I mean, everybody hates that guy, you know? Nobody likes that guy. He bought his way in. He's a rich piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a fucking troll. They called him out tonight on all kind of, like, non-disclosure agreements he has with all his women and all his creepy advances he made with them and shit. And he just could... All he did was stare into the camera, and he was like, all these agreements are going to stay. It's fucking amazing. You have to see it. I mean, I was psyched for AEW. I was really hyped. I mean, it was a big night, but I work at a television station, unfortunately, and they had the debate on, so I was watching that too.
Yeah.
And fuck, man, it was almost more entertaining than AEW, sadly.
I mean,
like,
dude,
AEW tonight didn't really live up to the hype. I don't know.
I still thought it was pretty good, but you're right. I mean, the debate. I'm sure that shit is hilarious, dude. I am definitely gonna watch that, man. What TV station do you work at? Get me a job. All right. Thank you, man. Good call. I agree. Donations are on now. For good. Good God, here he comes. That's gotta be Kane.
My name is Kane, and I'm donating
Frankie Isaac.
Big green shirt guy. No more like big green faggot. Fuck him, fuck the Jesus hair guy, fuck the Brock Lesnar guy, fuck the white jacket wearing pussy fag, fuck Scooby-Doo, fuck Tommy North Carolina, fuck the old lady, fuck the jersey wearing cunt nugget.
Fuck the motherfucker, fuck the motherfucker, fuck the motherfucking Pope. Oh, man, that's all I can think about when people say fuck more than twice is that making fun of that Tim fucking Minchin fuck with his raggedy fucking hair. Thank you, Frankie Isaac. What is up, dude? That was pretty funny, actually.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
Fuck the motherfucker. Cranky Isaac. Wow, this guy is an idiot. What is he doing? Like, what was that? Dave Cola. Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Everybody give Dave some love in the chat. Hope you guys can hit that sub button. Bloomberg and Trump, Spider-Man point meme. Yeah, dude, I would love Bloomberg against Trump. That could be hilarious. That could be hilarious. Intercepted. Oh, no! How do you not intercept the ball? The guy just swats it away. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you fucking grab the ball? Oh, man. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with the guy? You guys saw that, right? Get it! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! What the fuck was that? Oh, my God! Ping, pong, boom! Intercepted. I mean, this fucking guy. I mean, that was a safety? They gave me a safety? What are you talking about? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, fuck this game and its asshole, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? This game is fucking retarded, dude. Dude, this game is a pile of shit. I should have the fucking ball right now. It was 4th down, too. Oh, my God. Can we intercept the ball? This is fucking crazy retarded. I mean, this is some next level stupid. Oh my God! Jump up and catch the ball! Are we trying not to intercept the ball? Except for when it's a safety. When it's a safety, catch the ball. Oh, that's a good idea. Run into the end zone. Oh my God, this guy's winning too. What is he doing? Oh my God, dude, this is such bullshit, dude. This is such fucking bullshit. I mean, dude, this is bullshit. The new Madden is free, really? Maybe I should check that out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
This is so ridiculous, dude.
Now whistles blow and the Patriots are going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Running room down to the 32.
I can't believe this has happened, dude. We had this fucking game. I was going to come back, and then the interception was great, but then it's a safety. It's like, dude, it just wouldn't happen.
Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Is he really running the same play again? Arushin Chu! 29 months in a row! Subscribed on Twitch, dude. 29 months in a row. That's over 2 years. That's crazy. Oh my God. First I thought I was going to intercept it and run it back for a pick 6. And then I thought that guy was actually going to catch it. This is ridiculous, though. We got the ball back, though, but no timeouts. I'm really concentrated now. Now I'm staring at what's going on here. What's up, chat? That one guy, what's up, Derek, is still here. Hey, Derek. I'm going to watch the debate after and laugh at it. I'm probably going to make fun of it, guys. I might even make fun of the debate and do it on Patreon or something funny. What's up, Ed? What's up, Nick Ross? Nick Ross. Oh, look out for the blitz. Unbelievable. I'm going to lose the game all because of that bullshit. This fucking piece of shit. What a piece of shit. Arushin Chu, thanks, man. What's up? I don't know any soccer players anymore. I used to know soccer players like years ago. Not anymore. Not anymore. Yo, the Broncos. The Broncos could have won. Who's got the JCS title tonight, or the Skull title? Yeah, it's Nick Ross, baby. Listen, I want to thank Nick Ross very much for going that far to drop a $50 dono tonight, man. Thank you so much, bro. That was very nice of you and everybody else who donated tonight. Got a turkey, got 1 or 2 turkeys tonight, I think, too, and Nick Ross coming in with the 50. Thank you guys for covering the day for me with that. Much appreciated with the bombs. Matt Hardy's latest tweet I have not seen. Let's go take a look at it. Let's go take a look at Matt Hardy's recent tweet. Yes. He said, oh, he said yes. He said yes. He did say yes to the free the delete sign in the crowd. Unbelievable. Pretty cool. I just love that Matt Hardy's wearing the unkillable shirt with the stronger than death. I mean, it's a great Easter egg. It's a wonderful little throwback for everybody. You know what I mean? For anybody that was, listening to or that watched Matt Hardy's Broken when he became Broken in TNA and how great that was. To see him, kind of giving us that little sort of Easter egg or whatever you want to call it, little wink, wink, stronger than death. The exact shirt, the exact gimmick he was going with. It was around the same time he was doing Thoughts from the Throne. He was like, hi, I'm Matt Hardy, and this is Thoughts from the Throne. And he was at home doing Thoughts of the Throne. And then he was doing the stronger than death thing, and he was and then he was starting to go crazy, and that's when he became Broken. And so to see that sort of like him kind of play around with that, I think is really fun. And I wonder if he's using this angle without WWE even realizing it, sort of using this angle here of this is when he's going to go broken for real, fully broken. Because the last time he went broken, he got injured badly. You know what I mean? That's what made him flip completely broken. And this is kind of like that in a way. And he's really down on his luck and beaten up and just at the end. So, I don't know. It could be nothing. It could mean nothing, and he could do something completely different. But it's interesting to me that he is, that he's doing this. Very, very interesting. Crazy. Definite shout out to ADTR, Abel Salas Jr., man. What's been up, brother? Good to hear from all the sexy pantses in the chat. Mr. Johnny, Mr. Hunter Dvorak, and everybody else who's always so badass. Badass as hell. Arushin Chu, 29 months in a row, man. I can't give it up enough for Aru for that. Thank you, man. That's fucking crazy. Let me just check out Patreon real quick, because I feel like there's something I'm missing on there. Let's see. Thanks to Josh D. Josh Deviau. I might be saying your name the wrong way. Josh D. D-A-V-I-A-U. For becoming a $2 patron, and for Aaron Embry for joining back up with the $2 Patreon as well. And Dickie Nas. Dickie Nas is on the Patreon. Thank you. I guess. He's back. That's weird, but he's back. He's back. And Thomas L. 300 became a $10 VIP on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. So thank you, Thomas, for going that route. We are at 392 patrons. And if we can reach 420 patrons, I am going to have a 10-hour stream and be insane. But we are at 392 patrons. And not only are we at 392 patrons, but this Saturday night, Justin Bailey and myself and DMOON and Leah, I think, for Corrupted Podcast episode 140. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go all in. I'm sorry. I'm like babbling on about shit. That football game pissed me off. That guy, Dickie's always talking crap about you. He says he doesn't do that. He says he loves me. Dickie Nas has been a patron for years. $25 patron for years he was, I believe. I think he was. Yeah, so wasn't, J.R. Ford, and so wasn't, a few of those other guys. What are you going to do, man? Hey, if they love you, let them go. Or whatever. Whatever they say. Yeah, Jeff can join him when his contract's up, but that's going to be another year because WWE's going to tack on all that injury time and time off that Jeff Hardy had. So Jeff Hardy won't be able to join Matt for at least 9 months. If that's the case, if that's what happens. I think Jeff Hardy will leave when his contract's up. I think he would go to AEW with Matt, Russ the Ruthless. But yeah. You want Drew's diddle cave? Yeah, man, I want it too. I want a piece of his diddle cave. I want to know what he's hiding in his diddle cave. That's what I want to know. Marvin, what? Can you smoke the weeds for a 10-hour stream? If we hit 420, yeah. If I hit 420, I will do that. Diggy Nas in the Twitch chat as well. Oh, yes. Arushin Chu. What's up? But yeah, man, I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to miss JB on my... Yeah, dude, I'm going to miss JB as well. I'm going to miss the fuck out of him, but I think he just wants to focus on his family and his life and doing his show. I think he doesn't... I tried to do an hour with him a week or come up with something, but I don't know, man. I think he's had enough of me. I think he's had enough of you. He just wants to do his deal. Can't fucking stop him from that. What are you going to do? Force him to stay like an ex-girlfriend? Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Love you all. Thanks for listening. But don't miss JB on Corrupted Podcast this Saturday, and I think he'll be on Monetize this Friday as well. The last of JB tour. Don't miss it this week. It's going to rub your willy the wrong way down below. Congratulations to British Bulldog. Finally, God rest his beautiful soul and his wonderful wrestling soul. And please think about joining my Patreon as Drew whores it out in the chat. And think about dropping $5, $2, $10, whatever you can. Check out all the perks. Over 30 hours of shit you can't hear on YouTube. I'm talking about podcasts that you can download to your phone. There are 460 of you still watching right now. If you guys love the channel and you got $1 a month and $1 a month or $2 a month
or $5 a month, if you got it, and you love watching these shows, and you want to keep me on the air, and you don't want to see me disappear, kind of like how Throwdown disappeared for 2 weeks in a row because I figured that show's not worth a shit, then you want to become a patron, and you want to show the love because you guys are pretty much the sponsors. We pretty much don't really have any other than Title Match Wrestling, and it's not exactly, killing anything. So come join the Patreon. So much to download. Me and my wife's podcast, me and Tommy's podcast, Jake and me with our side stuff, Corrupted podcast, my morning podcast, my random rants that I put up there, the polls, the questions, and the whole entire JCS community and army and fucking goddamn Cronin Club members. We're all having sex on Patreon, and we're all getting wet and wild on Patreon, and it's a great family, man, and I appreciate you guys for doing that. Almost 400 patrons strong. Nobody has a goddamn community like this. Nobody else has this shit that we have. It's crazy, and you guys keep me on the air, so thank you, and you keep Tony Schiavone's earring in, so it's all good. Love you, Tony Schiavone, man. Never stop, bro. You're fucking great. Magic, I love you. And I love you to the chat. AEW was good tonight. I give it a thumbs up, 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. God damn, Cody Rhodes, what a move off the cage. And a few other things that I really loved. Last week was great. Tonight was great. Good shit, man. They're just a few little things, corrections away from being an epic night. So close, so close. But, hey, I love it. Shout out to everything. Love you all. I will see you later. I'm going to go, I have to record 2 more matches for wrestling companies. When those matches are out, I'll plug them so you guys can go watch them and stuff like that. Brian Pillman Jr. versus Retro Anthony Green is a pretty good one. I think people might like that one. And then I've got to record something for Patreon and get some stuff up. So that's what I'm doing. It's not like I'm going to bed right now. I've got 2 hours of work to do. I've got 2 more hours of work to do. So I don't really want to bail because I'm having a blast and there's 400 something of you. But I love you all. What happened to Tiffany? I don't know, man. She got mad. I took her mod away and she got angry. I don't know. She's welcome here anytime. Welcome here anytime. She's not blocked. Nothing like that. Just took her mod away. That was it. But I like her. Don't have any problem with her. Told her that the night I did it. We should come back. What up, Bullfrog? What up, Super Champion Rocker? This is my first time on here, says Dax Oriole. What's up, Dax? Well, I hope you guys subscribe. I'm live after every single WWE event, AEW, and everything else. Right here, Joe Cronin Show. We've been live for 8 years. And we want to get to 69,000 subs because I'm a 5-year-old. 69. All right, guys, my name's Joe Cronin. Hope you liked it. Hit me up on Twitter at CorruptedPod, Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show, Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show. And I'll see you tomorrow night for our Out of Nowhere, our wrestling podcast, tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time right here. And I'll be live during the day at some point as well. And stuff coming up on Patreon. See you later.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEWN, tune in to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show will be right back after this.
When you're on his show, it's fire. Fire. It's fire. When you work with him, it's magic. Magic. But after a while, you just can't stand Joe Cronin anymore. So take at least 30 of his listeners, depending on how funny you were on his show and well-liked you are, and focus on your own Joe Cronin Show. Take his guidance and ideas, but leave his ADD psycho personality behind. Take the advice of Tommy C, Dead on Dave, Jesse 5 times, Dave Rose, Ken, Chris Tossovic, how do you say that name? Justin Bailey, Troy, and probably some more we're forgetting, and get the fuck away from Joe. Cash in on a small amount of listeners who will follow you exclusively. And if you can buddy up with some of Joe's more minor co-hosts, make them your new yes man and co-host, and appear to have better chemistry with them than you ever did with Joe. You got yourself a show. This summer, fuck the fans. Fuck Joe. You do you. Most of your subscribers are from his show, but you're tired of being Joe's yes man. Spread your wings and fly away until his shows are just him crying like a baby. Let's see if that faggot can do it alone. This summer, you must escape. You must escape the Joe Cronin Show.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show. We'll be right back.
Chances are you love to watch wrestling. Chances are you'd watch... Just want to say again, guys, feel free to check out Title Match Wrestling tonight if you can. TitleMatchWrestlingNetwork.com. Use coupon code Cronin. You're going to get 50% off for 3 months, $5 a month. You get tons of pay-per-view stuff. Congratulations to Nick Ross for the $50, man. Thank you. You're going to take home that belt tonight. Largest donation of the stream by Nick Ross. Thank you, Nick. You are keeping my shit on the air. And for any of you guys out there who want merchandise, I pinned it to the top of the chat just now. Check it out. So much merch. Turkey Club still available. Just go to my Teespring, which is that link, and shop around. Look at all the funny stickers. Look at all the T-shirts. Look at all the pillows. Look at all the dildos. We don't have dildos. I'm kidding, but everything else we do have. For listening, and good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, and thank you very much.
I'm going to touch myself tonight. I'm going to touch myself in the bathroom.
Shout out to Hector Gutierrez for being a member, by the way. Anybody who signs up to be a member, you get that green thing on your name, and you get a little special icon there, too. So that's another fun thing you can do if you want to just support the show and have fun. Saw CJ Bradley in here tonight and a lot of other people, members. Denise was in here. She's mod and everything else. Loving it. Loving you guys. Loving chickens. Good night. I'm really going this time. Bye.